This show is intended for adult audiences. You know, people with bills, backaches, responsibilities, and a functioning sense of humor. It contains strong language, stronger opinions, and the kind of jokes that might send the emotionally fragile into a full-blown meltdown. If you're easily offended, perpetually outraged, or think words are violence, this is your cue to clutch your pearls, grab a blankie, and sprint to your nearest safe space. Or, you know, just get in the sea. We won't miss you. For everyone else, buckle up and let's have some laughs.
Rated D for Dickhead.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body?
I'm gonna come.
Nice tits.
Yasu. Tit.
A real set of badonkers. Packing some Doban hunkeros. Baghanaga hooks. Humongous hungalonga no logongas.
I want people in the industry to be a little bit louder about people being mean to other people, and maybe say it's not a good thing.
I don't really care, Margaret.
Hello. I'm off. Basically, run.
What's going down, babes? Show me the loving.
Silence! You are too gay to be the doctor.
I'm wonderful, and I'm the most amazing person in the universe.
Exterminate!
Go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them. With the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
But hey, that's just a theory. A theory.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels.
Why are you running? Let's take some dope.
I am like,
I have had hallucinations on weed before.
if I get that high,
Them babies, Alyssa. Disabilities. I wanted to finish Elden Ring, goddammit.
He's a piece of
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
the reason why DEI was put in place in the first place was incredibly disingenuous. Racism and sexism, people being discriminated against. This was put in place to try and
disillusioned young dudes.
white men or straight people. Someone's getting a job over them that doesn't deserve it. People are missing out on jobs that deserve it more than a person who's getting it because they're a woman or because they're black. But these people are making a lot of money, print money, cash,
Money, well.
capitalism. Raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Bad news.
Done with to create. We are the true keepers, the defenders of lore, and we won't stop until we settle the score.
Let's go! We ride again. Hello, it is Sunday. And that means it's time to watch some freaking Red Dwarf on WTF Live. Yeah! Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Meg and the heads are back, baby. Meg and the heads, the boys of the dwarf, meet the boys of the fans. Let's hang it loose.
Indeed.
And get ready for a nice, relaxing, chilled out, probably not, episode of the show. Hello to everybody. It's nice to see you. It's been a week. It's been a fucking busy week. I've been working on new video styles. They've all been very well received, though, so that's great. I'm actually really enjoying being able to do some actual editing again. That's just been really satisfying for me, although my output has halved, but the quality is like quadrupled. So
That's right. Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, well, I am actually probably working harder.
Yeah, I know. Actually, yeah, I've done that.
The result is, you could argue that it is also smarter because not only is the quality better, but I'm enjoying it more.
Right. Flex more muscles and whatnot.
Yeah, just using my brain is quite nice. So there's that, and there's been a lot of good reason to get some mileage out of the old grey matter because it's being systematically destroyed by the war between the land and the sea. So I put out a scathing fucking indictment of it yesterday.
Yeah, that's quite good.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I watched that about an hour ago. It's really cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Along with the I guess deboning that we did to it on Thursday. Yeah, completely
we ripped that thing to shreds. I mean, like literally we went over that fourth episode like forensically. Like seriously, like I went over it massively on Wednesday, and then John and I picked it apart again and discovered a whole bunch of different problems on Thursday. So yeah, there it is. Tragically, awfully bad. I only wish Russell T. Davis had a social media account that anyone can find so that I could share the video with him myself.
Right.
I would love for him to sit down and watch me destroy his work with absolute malice and no restraint whatsoever, and not in a way that's like, I hate this, it's woke, but in a like, okay, you've written something that actually has the following issues.
And then just start with the mask with his accountant's calculator.
Right? Yeah, literally, you got 4 T-bills over the fiscal year. Yeah, exactly. Like exactly.
This is gonna make a great edit if you want to just make a long video about the whole new Who. Just everything that you've done with the spider and everything else, just a whole big.
I'm probably gonna do is do like a supercut of each series of Doctor Who, put them out as like an 8-hour video for people who like to sleep.
The filler cuts.
I'm even thinking I might drop one of them on Christmas Day just as a Merry Christmas to Russell, and then and then I probably will go back and like do scripted reviews of these things because I feel like there's more juice to squeeze from how tragically awful the entire thing is. Because I got to revisit that spider, man. Well, that thing. Oh, I don't even know what to say about it anymore. It's all been said. It just ends with So there's that. That's all there is to say about it. But there you go, guys. Hello. Let's watch something that's actually watchable today, and we're going to be finishing Back in the Red and getting on with Cassandra, which is a much better episode than I remember, which is basically the entire story of our review of Red Dwarf. It's like, oh yeah, I thought this was one of the weaker ones, but actually I laughed my ass off. So
I have thoughts to share today.
I'm sure we do. Whenever we get into time travel or future echoes or self-determination versus fucking 4 foregone conclusions. It's always the same old shit, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So hope you guys are going to stick around for the duration. Thank you for being here already. You know the drill. And in fact, TJAP Steve has already gifted $2 to say EFAP WTF edition, now with even more WTF. And yeah, it's kind of exactly. Yeah,
WTF.
I used to watch EFAP like all the time. I remember it's like the one thing that proves to me that I no longer have time.
Right.
Is that I don't even get through the clip channel episodes. Right. Like I think Wolf is the one who's posting the EFAP clips, and some of them are like an hour long. And I never get finished. I never finish one. I always like, oh, that's really good. I forgot about that. Yeah, let's listen to this. And then something will happen, and then I end up doing something else instead, and I never finish them. It's just, it sucks. I'd love to have time for more EFAP. Indeed. Thank you very much, Steve. Appreciate you. I do. Anyway, there we go. That'll do. We're gonna watch some Red Dwarf, but before we do that, let's get some intros. What's up, John?
Not really too much. I had an inadvertent day off yesterday.
Nice.
Season, so a lot of people are taking time off. So at the last moment, I found out that I was actually having the full day off, which is quite nice. So I actually ended up having like 2 days off in a row, which I don't know the last time that's happened in I don't know how many months. So I just kind of took care of some just stuff. And just generally relaxed. It was nice. I'm encouraging anybody that I work with. They're like, oh, you mind if I take a few days off? Oh, it's fine. Please, by all means. So yeah, I've been up since and it's got me back on my normal sleep pattern, which is actually being up at night. So I'm a little bit more in line with your side of the world. So yeah, I've been up probably since about 10 p.m. last night, so I've been up for about 10 hours or so. Well, yeah, it's not bad. I watched these episodes again. I've started, of course, the other day I mentioned I already watched the first episode of season 2 of Fallout. I'm probably going to end up watching that again, just for my own leisure, because I don't know, it might be a little bit controversial, but you know what? I do like it. It is what it is. So that's basically all that's really been going on with me. It's just relaxing and thinking about what do I do with this free time that I'm not used to, which I highly encourage for everyone from time to time. So it's good to take breaks.
A little bit of time is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was supposed to stream yesterday, and then I just thought it was like the BBC are refusing to let this video go onto the internet. So I had to keep editing it. I had to mirror the footage. I had to slap the watermark on top of it at 100% opacity. Yeah. Managed to get that down to like 90% opacity, but I literally could not go any clearer than that. It was so ridiculous. It was absurd. Every time I uploaded it, I'm like, and the internet was being shit too. So it was taking like half an hour to upload the fucker. And then it would go just for it to come back, like after it does its fucking processing and tell me, nope, this has been blocked in the following countries. I'm like, blocked.
Well,
you're blocking the video. It made me so determined. Like I'm like, okay, I'm not going to stream. I'm going to put this video on the fucking internet, and you are going to sit and swallow every damn word I have to say, BBC.
When you did
how it went.
Yeah, when you did get to the end result, though, it was quite good. You know what I like about you doing it this way is it seems more like you're writing an article and then you're just narration, and so I like it a little bit more kind of like an actual news update of pop culture kind of stuff. So
it's a bit really better, isn't it? I literally do script them completely beforehand. So that's why they're better. But thank you, I appreciate that very much. Rhoda, what's going on, buddy?
I'm having similar issues. I think I'm going to have to spend an evening going through my streams and opposing my copyright claims. It seems every other stream at the moment somebody's got some issue with it. So
what do you output for? You just go straight into StreamYard, or do you have like a pre thing like I use Streamlabs to put the border and the
I'm using EBMux, yeah.
So if you were to use Streamlabs to output a virtual camera, You can then add stuff to the frame. Like I've got the words on the screen. You could put a watermark over. If you run the game in that, no, that won't work either. Fuck, I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. Because they won't allow sound. You should probably just do it straight from Streamlabs. You'd have an easier time.
Yeah, it's a tricky process at times.
It's not the gaming streams that are getting claimed apart from the music.
Right.
Oh,
it's
right.
like
you need to mute that music.
Anything. And that's not.
You're playing on console though, aren't you?
Yeah.
You have the ability to turn the music off on console. I can't even remember.
Well,
on PC, like turn.
No, that's crazy. Like,
which might
game music. This is video game music, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's what I say. It doesn't. That doesn't happen very often. It's mainly when like we're reacting to clips on the panel show.
Right.
I would. No, yeah. that's something else entirely. But I do want to tell everybody
being really, really awful.
throw those ones up before she steps away, because.
Yes, Laura's in the chat. Hello, Laura. We appreciate you showing up. Now that it's very late for you in Australia, says have a good stream. Thank you. Says got a letter this week and got into my university degree. Hey, congratulations! Don't let them brainwash you.
Indeed,
that is a point.
Anyway, Roddy, you got anything else? Any updates about anything else?
Yeah, obviously schedule's still a bit messed up because of all my work, which of course, this time of year, retail, all that. But of course, that meant that the fact that you decided to pick that episode apart so thoroughly did mean that there was still some stream for me to join in on when I got home. So that was great for me.
We took ages on that fucking, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Which is surprising because it seems like they put so little time into that episode.
Yeah, you probably spent more time reviewing it than he spent writing it.
Probably, yeah. It's probably true because the people always say that as well. They're like, "How can you spend 2 hours like reviewing a 40-minute episode?" I'm like, because it's got so many problems.
Right.
But why does it take you longer than it takes to actually watch the episode? I'm like, because it's got so many problems.
Because you'll look at one scene and there'll be like 7 different things, from structural elements to narrative elements to like stuff that was supposed to be building tension, things that are just coming out of nowhere. Yeah,
right. Tone, style, scripting,
characterization, lapsing,
the actual events that happen on the show. It only takes a second to fuck up, and it can take hours to fix it.
Exactly.
That's the thing people don't realize. Yeah.
Yep. It's like if you're off by a decimal, you'll never make it to the moon, right? So 1 degree will fuck you up entirely, and this thing was never even on the rails to begin with.
Yeah. No, it's a fucking disaster of a TV show, actually. All right, there we go. Thank you. Helzo, what's going on, buddy? Nice to see you.
Hello. Thank you. Nice to be here. I've been back at work since Wednesday, and it's completely fucked up my weekly schedule, of course, and because it's pre-holidays, everything is like. But anyways, got my new PC on Friday and started setting it up. Was supposed to stream yesterday, felt sick. Spent the day in bed, couldn't even move for most of it. It was absolutely fucked up. Still a little bit wobbly today, but much better. I can actually do stuff right now, but the PC is doing fantastic. I fucking love it because it's compared to what I had, like my PC from 8 years ago, which is still on 1070. Like this is a machine, and everything is better, and I feel modern right now. So hopefully, it's been assembled correctly by the guys. It's not gonna blow up on me anytime soon. But I did try Expedition, like some Expedition 33, just random play on every high setting that it exists in the game, and it was, what was it in Flash? Gift absolute cinema. That's amazing. Yeah,
cool.
And today I played Silksong. It was amazing. Although I'm currently playing this game just for fun. I know I'm never gonna finish it. I'm 61 hours in. I'm still halfway there. I know I'm never gonna finish that fucking game. I'm so bad at this game. Like a mini boss takes me like 10 tries now. Wow. But it's so fun. Like it's fun because it's skill issue. Because when you finally do it, I talked before. When you finally do it, you've gained the skill to do it, and then it's easier for you to advance in the game. It's basically so amazing to do that. It just takes me a very, very long time to do that. But anyway, that's basically what I've been doing and trying to get into a more sensible schedule, along with Christmas shopping, everything else, the craze before the actual holidays, gonna prepare for the cooking and everything. And it's crazy times.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I do want to tell you, you got a PC at just the right time, because it'll probably take you another 8 years if we start saving to buy a new one.
That's what I've been hearing from a lot of people just before. Like when I ordered the PC, I ordered it like because it's on installments and credit. I'm not gonna. I didn't pay it in full. Now it's gonna be paid over time. And what was it? Was it the Empress? Like I don't know who told me. A few people told me like I ordered it on Monday, and on Tuesday, I think I saw Pirate Nation or one of the other accounts just saying sale prices expected to skyrocket because Nvidia is dropping out. Then you get RAM, video card, chipsets, HD, SSD. Everything is going to skyrocket at the beginning of 2020.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it already is, but it's about to get even worse because right now they're doing. Things are going out of stock prices, and then it's going to end up being even worse. I had someone a couple months ago offer to buy me an SSD drive for my Steam Deck. And I was like, it's all right. You kind enough. You help me, get the battery. I don't want to, ask you. A month after that, though, now the price is like twice as much, and it's from Crucial, so it's. Once those are out of stock, they're never coming back. So now I'm kind of like, Jesus Christ, what did I do?
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, my country is very quick on updating prices. It's not quick on updating income, but it's very quick on updating prices. Like RAM prices basically hiked up double in a matter of 2 days after it was officially announced. We're very quick when we're gonna take money from people.
Yeah, 64 gigs RAM costs $1,000 now.
Yeah, basically depending on what it's like. Like $800 can be like convertible here.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Almost like
there you go.
Dissidents out of the market.
I remember being able to afford things. That was kind of nice.
Right.
Yeah.
But the real annoying thing about it is Half-Life 3. Half-Life 3 has effectively been confirmed. And it's going to come out with the Steam Machine, but now they don't know when the Steam Machine's going to come out because of all these fucking tech issues.
Great. Yeah, just what I wanted.
But we're still going to get Half-Life 3 before GTA 6.
More than likely, yes.
Whenever that is.
How long's a piece of string, So that's all that matters. T-Dap Steve is back for another 5. Says congrats to Laura. You rock that university stuff. Yeah. Congratulations, Laura. We hope it all goes well. Don't let them give you any Marxist books to read. There we go. I so utterly do not trust university anymore. I couldn't figure out what it was before when I walked out of 2 fucking universities. As a young man, what is it that's making me feel like this isn't what I want? And first of all, it was the obvious stuff like, how the hell do they get off charging you an arm and a leg for tuition and then not actually ever teaching you anything?
Right.
Like not a single thing. They basically just give you a library list.
Yeah. I know my friend and I, who's currently working on an indie game at the moment, and he probably will use some AI elements. So,
Oh no!
I know how terrible that is for a one-man crew to try to speed up his work.
It's a moral outrage, apparently.
Right. But we're constantly talking about how we were in game design, but we did board game designs, but they never actually had us do anything with using legitimate engines. It was just, here's Unreal. It's like, why are we paying thousands of dollars for all this bullshit when you could just do this? Which is why I always tell my nephews when they talk about, I want to get into game design school. It's like, just go fucking into YouTube and learn how to do whatever the fuck you want.
Literally, Edition 33 guys said at Samful, It's literally what Guillaume Broche said on the stage at the Game Awards. Is like, thank you to the unsung heroes of the gaming industry, which is the YouTubers who make tutorial videos on how to make games.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm learning game development from a channel currently. A 6-hour lecture for 2D gaming. It's free. It's there.
Yeah, YouTube University, man. It's the
everything's
only way
on YouTube.
these days.
I learned wood turning. I learned epoxy resin and wood binding. I learned pyrography through YouTube. I've never went and I'm decent at them, you know, and because the tutorials are amazing.
Yeah, you're right. Anything you need like that, you can just go. I guarantee someone's had this problem before. It must be on YouTube, and of course it is. Like I changed the battery in my motorbike and things like that. You know, just by going, oh shit, I don't want to have to take this to a shop. Is there a way to do this? Yes, this is how you do it. Have you got a screwdriver? Yes. Okay, you can do it. You know,
you can actually separate a room with like this cardboard or whatever. You can make one room into two in a well designed manner from YouTube. There is actually channels to that as well, construction channels.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
but there you go. I mean, the point is like it's not just the fact that when I was at university, I didn't feel like I was being taught anything. It was just literally, okay, go to your lecture. This 4 days a week, there's a lecture in the morning. Get up, go to it, and they'll tell you what you have to read. Now go away and do all of the actual learning yourself.
Yeah, I'm glad that I'd gone to the trade school before I went to a liberal arts college because I was kind of, you know.
Well, so did I. I ended up in a community college doing video editing and film studies, and then. After that, I've told the story before. We about 6 of us from the same group, the same college, all went to the same university, and we like roomed together and stuff. And we went there, and we like the first fucking week we just wasted our time, and then finally in the second week we were like, okay, they're going to give us cameras today, so we can actually do something. And they're literally telling you like white balance and shutter speed. I'm like, bitch, I made films in my previous course. What are you doing? And then they're like, okay, do this basic exercise where you do like a 1-2 shot, basically a split edit, so you show 2 things happening at once. And when we came back, we'd done like a fully edited video of like a guy frantically running up the stairs while another guy stands on the roof watching him and smoking with like color grading, music, you know, because we were bored and we wanted to show this guy, okay, here you go, this is what we can do. Perhaps now you'll take us seriously and give us something to do, teach us something. Nah, well, he failed us for doing too much.
What?
You gotta love people.
You're not following the program. You're not following the program.
Everyone else in the class was like, holy shit, where did these guys come from? And the guy who's making it, I mean, the guy still put VHS tapes in a fucking TV. Oh,
you're probably better than him.
You're my media teacher. Are you using VHS? You stupid. Anyway, that was it, and that was around about the time. And then the actual theory side of it, all I was being told to do was read like Foucault and Derrida and McLuhan, all Marxists. And when I read the books, I was like, what are these guys talking about like equality for? What does this have to do with making movies? I just walked. I was like, this is a waste of fucking time and money. I'm already 10 grand in debt. I don't need to be any more in debt for this bullshit. And I'm never paying it off. They can come find me.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm same way. Like my ex-wife put me into college so that she could embezzle the money out to pay for her own student loans and everything. And her name's on the paperwork. So I literally told her when everything was going tits up, I was like, look, short-term, long-term. You give me $30,000 so I can actually get my life in order and do all this shit. And, you know, I can actually commit to taking care of this loan business because if I do well enough, it won't be any skin off my ass. But she insisted that she was never going to pay me. And she used that $30,000 she owed me to pay my student loans. I said, well, you've accepted ownership of it. Have fun with that. And I haven't paid anything ever since because she's the one who's got her name on the contract. She's the one who, you know, so I was like, hey, you play stupid games, win stupid prizes, you know. So
yep, absolutely. Anyway, there we go. Anyway, Laura, good luck at uni.
Indeed.
Don't listen to us. You know,
That's right. It'll be all right for you, I'm sure. It'll be different.
I'm sure it'll work out for
So
you.
fucked up
Yeah.
on the internet.
But anyway, hope that isn't too crushing. James OP for 20 months of membership. Jesus Christ, that's a long time. Wow. Says, glad I got my AI machine when I did. 128 gigabits or gigabytes, excuse me, of GPU RAM. Wow. Wow.
Not bad at all.
That is impressive. That is powerful.
Can
Yeah,
it play
he's
Minecraft?
he's building this AI engine at the moment, and it's turning out some pretty remarkable stuff. He keeps sending me like I don't need Grok anymore when he's finished, basically. So,
Right.
like
Yeah,
this will be better in every possible way, and it won't have the same limitations. So I'm just like made up for that. I'm glad I'm in on the ground floor, you know, before he takes over the world. So
Well, knowing how talented James is, between him and Hugo, like I'm just waiting until they're, you know, because Hugo sends me stuff with things that he's working on too, and, I'm just like I will get into AI once, like, you know, the tools are ready.
Right.
Once the tools are there, I will start to utilize them.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. James, just keep at it, man. It's really cool to see him inspired too. Like, just constantly plugging away at this thing. It's great. I love that shit. When I get taken over by something like that, there's almost no better feeling for a guy than like you got some project and you really get stuck into it. Yeah, you love it. We all love it because we're men. That's what we do. Anyway, thank you, James. Appreciate you, man. Gibbs, skibbity up. Yes, is here for €2 and says Derrida. Correct. The correct answer. Yes, Derrida is fucking nauseating. Well said. All right, we got a thing to do, so we better get started. It's Red Dwarf. We are 2/3 of the way through Back in the Red. I did want to do all 3 of them in 1 week last week, but unfortunately,
it was a bit ambitious.
We probably could have done it, but I was so tired. It was just crazy. Like the whole week last week, it's taken me all week to catch up with the sleep I didn't get last week. So I'm feeling a little bit more alive today. Brand traitor drinking Coca-Cola instead of Pepsi, so I got a little bit of caffeine in me. So I think we should be all right. We left it at the bit where they are escaping from Red Dwarf, dressed as the Dibley family, while the music from Reservoir Dogs plays. We are literally, it's a little green bag, you know. Unfortunately, then that was the time when I got too sleepy. But they unfortunately they're not actually escaping. As we already know, they are in fact still in a psychotropic hallucination that is only there for them to prove or not prove that they're telling the truth about what happened and that everyone died and the nanobots and everything. So literally it's just to make sure that they the people on the ship, the captain and everybody can see what they do and judge for themselves if they've been telling the truth or if it's all just one big bunch of bullshit. Of course, we know it's true, and to be fair, their actions are definitely proving it's true because they're desperately trying to find the nanobots, escape Red Dwarf and go off in search of where the nanos have gone. Not that they'll ever find them again.
I do appreciate here in just a moment when we get to what's effectively the first scene of the 3rd episode, when you're seeing it that way, they actually show the AR before Cat's whole little thing, because it goes into a level of absurdity that, you know, it's just kind of like
it becomes farcical now. Like the shit that they're able to do is completely insane. And if it was in reality, it would possibly break the show,
right,
because the show doesn't do this kind of stuff. It doesn't do that level of slapstick usually, like complete reality breakage. So to have them all actually shown here,
shot.
No, I think you need this. You definitely need to see them all literally. It doesn't work quite, because like when they used the AR machine on Red Dwarf or on Starbug before, You know, it was like a total immersion thing with a helmet, like a visor that comes down, or they were wearing a headset and gloves. Now they're like just literally standing up with their eyes closed, holding 2 joysticks, and they don't seem to know that they're holding joysticks. It's a bit strange. I don't buy it, you know, but then that's because we have VR now in real life, and you know you're using it when you're using it. But hey, I guess whatever, it doesn't matter. It's 1998, it could be whatever. So yeah, they're here obviously, and on the monitor in the back by Crichton's head, you can see that they're pushing a laundry hamper, a big crate or something. I can't remember. As they are heading towards the landing bay. Yeah, they're trying to steal a blue midget. For some reason, there's no Starbug. They've opted for a blue midget for whatever reason, but they have. I think it was just basically to bring it back because no one had seen a blue midget since series 2.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
That
So
thing that we're about to see play out, I think that, you know, with a Starbug, it wouldn't have made sense because we spent too much time with a blue midget. It's, you know, we've seen it like once or twice.
Yeah,
so, and you've never actually really seen it kind of like take off out of the thing. So
exactly, yeah, it's a really stupid looking thing when it moves, actually flailing around like it's got like T-Rex arms.
It's like N209.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think it's probably like 50% just for a change, and 50% because they had this idea for the blue midget being up on its legs and dancing and doing a silly run and that.
Oh, of course, yeah. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that with a Starbug because of the way it's designed. That's true. So yeah, good point. By the way, James is back for another 2. Says DM'd a few samples. I'm getting back to it. Okay, let me see what these are because. They vary in terms of
safer work.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and believe me, I'm very grateful for that. Oh, hello. Wow.
Well,
damn. We got some very attractive looking ladies here. They are dressed, so I can actually show you.
Whoa.
Hello. That is really.
Hello.
Really
Ping.
That is, you know, that's fucking impressive, right? That's
like
really
hyper
impressive.
realistic. It looks great.
Yeah,
aspiration.
Damn, man, that's crazy. That's really good. Like really amazing, actually. And we've got another one here, different art style.
Oh, hey now.
Man, here we go. That will do. That's like some. You know what it reminds me of? That reminds me of Vagrant Story.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone remember that game?
Yeah, I've got that actually somewhere.
Yeah, so
I think I've got it on Xbox 360.
It was almost like if Final Fantasy made Metal Gear Solid. You know. And then we've got this one.
Classy.
Oh wow.
Oh,
very nice.
Wait.
Nice.
You're telling me that's AI?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is James's engine that he's building to replace all the others, basically. So because they don't let you
doing a very good job because what?
My.
What?
Okay, I'm completely fooled. I admit I was fooled.
There's only a slight thing with the eyes that maybe is a giveaway, that they don't quite sit. Pupils aren't quite right. You have to really be trying.
Zoom in on that.
Also, you could like attribute it to light.
To be fair, Rock does the same exact thing.
Yeah.
The eyes are derpy. So
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
That's
but
more or less
that texture, that face texture is just like it's put on.
Yeah, this chick has paws,
makeup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fuck hell.
I mean, those issues could easily be sorted out within like 20-30 minutes in a.
No, that's that. I don't think that a lot of like the check engines in onboarding for, let's say, a banking service would be able to check that currently.
Very impressive. Well done, James. Matt.
Nice.
Really good now. Damn. And thanks for the $2. Anyway, so there we go. Yeah, we are in the Blue Midget hangar. There are 3 of them parked here. Love CGI. Let them do that, you know, although it's not the best CGI. It's 90s CGI, so you get what you pay for, I suppose. Everyone jumps into the cockpit of the Blue Midget. The cat jumps into the driver's seat, I suppose. And we immediately get the this woman on the top left. who is like this is Red Dwarf as it was originally intended. There's like dozens and dozens of people sitting, being ground control effectively. So the woman, who is by complete coincidence a very attractive black lady, sees the blue midget and says, "You don't appear to have flight clearance. Please state your name and clearance code." And Kat says, "Ground control. This is and Lister says, Major Tom." He goes, "Yeah, Major Tom." She says, "Major Tom, what is your clearance code and pilot number?" He goes, "I'm sorry, I left all my details in my other pants." She said, "I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that." And so her image appears on the screen, and he's like, "Wow." She says, "If you don't have clearance, I can't let you fly." He says, "I can handle this thing, okay? I'm good. I'm better than good. I'm smooth with a capital smooth." And she says, "Well, that's just maybe, but I still need a bit of proof that you can fly that thing." He's like, "Fly? I can make this thing dance." And so as she watches the cat now ejects himself from this is crazy actually.
Like I say, it's a level of absurdity that's absolutely beautiful, because you know full well that this is the Matrix effectively.
Like I said it I said last week, they went full out, like all out on these 3 episodes.
He doesn't
and
eject
that's
himself.
just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, this is the movie we never got, you know.
Yeah.
So the cat makes the blue midget rise. He gets this thing, like a tray or something, and slides down its leg. Whee! That's right. And lands behind something or other. I can't remember what it is. And as she's looking, suddenly the Dibley costume is. Oh no, that's in a minute. Yeah, he starts dancing as Dibley first,
for a second.
I think.
And so this is the thing they were desperately trying to get to do with the cat for years, like as far back as singing tongue-tied in his dream with Lister and Rimmer on Back in Vox. You know, it's they always knew, like, we've got this guy who is like an incredibly talented, like, stage dancer. Excuse me. And we've never done anything with him, you know. So they decide they're going to have this thing where he does like a tap dancing routine, and then the blue midget is his partner.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love, because I rewatched this part of the episode tonight from the Scudders in the hallway, and this was just I've watched this episode a few times now, because but this little character moment for Kat, this is one of the this was well earned.
This is his moment, you know.
Yeah, this is and that's why I love how absurd it is, because it's like
it's basically Cat.
He deserves it. He's earned this, and to actually just do it to the level to where it is up there with Tongue Tied, where it is just kind of like completely farcical in all the best ways. Yeah,
and exactly. There's callback as well. There's the callback to backwards with the ejector seat thing, like he does to Rimmer. And I think if this was supposed to be the movie scripts, then that's why there's so many callbacks.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't the movie script, a lot of the stuff that happens in it, like a lot of the incidental skits and stuff, are probably straight from the movie. Like they probably just changed it so that they could continue the story instead of going back to basics, and probably telling the origin again. They've got, now you're back in Red Dwarf, everyone's alive, and we're going to continue that story, the main story. But we can also throw in a lot of the jokes, and silly set pieces that we were going to do for the movie. I guarantee having Cat dance with a blue midget would have been in a movie.
Yeah.
But there you go. Anyway, so the cat hides behind the leg of the blue midget for a second and throws off the Dibley costume, appearing suddenly, miraculously and inexplicably in a perfectly matching blue sequined suit. That he then begins to dance with the teeth, the Dibley teeth, the whole time. So he then does like a duet with the teeth. And he dances, the blue midget clicks and clacks, and the cat dances, and then the counterpoint is the teeth going clickety clack and clickety clack. Then the cat and the blue midget dance in perfect sequence again, and they are answered by the teeth, and then they do another bit, where Blue Midget and the cat dance, and then the teeth won't stop, so he kicks him away. For a little while, and then the cat gets really caught up. But this time, the Blue Midget sees him as a threat, so he, which should have killed him. Which is when you probably know, if you didn't already, that this ain't real. Right. But she's still in sort of bemused watching as well. He gets back to the dance floor, and they have this like sort of big show tune number that plays as the other Blue Midgets all start dancing as well. And he does his there you go. You can see the other Blue Midgets at some point or another pretending to do like a guitar solo.
Yep.
In the background, or one of them. It's completely insane, guys. That's
the ones in the back remind me of ZZ Top.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. And then finally, is this? No,
he jumps into it.
That's it. They shatter all the glass of the control panels. Because the midget does a huge jump, and when it lands, it's just destroyed all of the glass. There's your guitar solos. Yeah. It's fucking great. It's completely insane. This whole sequence is just nuts. It's nice to see the cat get something to do, then finally jumps on the Blue Midget, which flips him up into pocket once again. Perfectly impossible and unrehearsed just dance number. With the cat, who is extremely pleased with himself, as he should be. Yeah, and the ground controller lady is, suitably seduced. She goes, "Wow!" And just for good measure, after she said that, the cat decides that he's gonna just light up and smoke a cigar that he somehow has. So, perfect ring, and then says, "Are you free Saturday?" She says, "I am now." And then the cat goes, "Holy schmoly, I got a date in 3 days' time. I better start getting ready." And Lister's like, "You're not going anywhere, man. We're getting out of here." Proving again that was all for literally nothing.
Hey, at least he proved something to himself,
But it's true though. Where the fuck did he get that cigar?
Maybe he just had it in a pocket. Who knows?
You don't have it. You think he has pockets on that suit?
No,
it's like skin tight.
right.
No, it's not happening.
Yeah,
I don't know. That is a sharp ass suit though. It looks like it's made from the same stuff that they used to make Rimmer's old clothes. But there we go. By the way, UFO Mega has gifted 5 for the princesses. That's 5 for the Grift Force. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's go, Grift Force! Doing it for the princesses!
Gracias.
Very generous today. I appreciate you guys. We need to hit the goal really, because we haven't for a while now. And that would be great if we could. And plus there's boobas for you guys, So thank you all very, very much for that. I appreciate it. We are about a quarter of the way through what would be the bar. So let's carry on anyway. As Lister sort of gives Cat a reality check, he realized, and they decide that they're going to leg it. So of course they fire up the Blue Midget, and it goes hurtling along like some derpy, retard run. I can't think of a better way to describe it.
It's like a puppy, really.
Yeah, it's like an overexcited kid, just flinging its way out, and they escape. Fortunately, there we are. Of course, Rimmer, if you remember last time, Rimmer was at the captain's table in between having vigorous bouts of sexual intercourse with basically every woman at the table, apart from one, and she was very upset. Rimmer eventually injected himself in the groin with some kind of like Novocaine or whatever anesthetic to get rid of his unstoppable sexual appetite, because he injected himself. He swallowed a huge dose of the sexual magnetism virus, so that's the problem. He's got too much sex. It's always Rimmer, isn't it? It's never anyone else. It's always Rimmer getting laid. Funny. Anyway, so he approaches Thornton, who arrested them in the beginning, and Thornton is guarding the AR suite where they are. But Rimmer's discovered that they are all being given psychotropic testing. So he now realizes that when it comes to review, the captain will discover that Rimmer's amazing knowledge and skill and talent that's come out of nowhere was actually all given to him by Lister, giving him access to the crew's confidential files on the crashed Starbug. There, that's about as quickly as I could explain that. So now he needs to cover his tracks. So he needs to go and tamper with the AR suite. In the meantime, he approaches Thornton, who tells him to bugger off. But he says, Angus Thornton, age 36, middle name Lionel, inside leg measurement 29, neck size 16, circumcised. He goes, how do you know all this? He goes, jazz fan, which, by the way, fuck off. Jazz is all right.
I like jazz.
Good credit rating. Once admitted to hospital totally naked and attached to, whispers in his ear, the suction hose of a vacuum cleaner. Thornton says, that's a vicious, slanderous, filthy, stinking, slanderous lie that you just made up. Who told you? Says, you want all the crew to know? Take a cigarette break. 5 minutes. He's like, all right, Rimmer, I'm going. I'm lighting up already. I'm off. So Rimmer's in. Managed to get himself into the AR suite. Meanwhile, back in the cockpit of the Blue Midget.
Right. While we're on Blue Midget, I just had another theory come into my head about why it's a Blue Midget and not a Starbug. Obviously, because they've crashed the Starbug. Maybe Starbugs are like off limits while they're doing an investigation into why a Starbug crashed.
That could be it. That's a good reason. Yeah,
perhaps.
Fair.
I think that this show is constantly moving forward. And I'll get more into this after we get to the end of this episode. But I that is definitely a good take on it. But I think that there's like a dynamicism that happens. Like, you know, it's always kind of shifting a little bit. So
Right.
You know?
Yeah. UFO Mega. Sorry for that flash on X. Atreus clams up like his life depends on SNH. It's all good, mate. There was a very interesting thing that Atreus was showing people on a stream a few days ago, and wow, that's the thing I'm not going to show because you definitely can't show it. But it's it's a interracial sex book for you know what, I'm not even gonna what I will do is say T-Jap Steve for the great and powerful T-Gap Steve, excuse me. $5 says, like a chicken trying to get a running start to take off with wings flailing. Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. That's what it is. And when Lister got laid, he wound up pregnant, so better Rimmer instead. Yeah. Is it still that long since Lister had sex?
Yeah.
Think so.
Holy shit. That's like, and they've done a subtle retcon here. It comes up in Cassandra, but they refer to the time that they were in their sojourn in deep space as 6 years, whereas in the actual time when they were in the middle of it, they only ever referred to it as being about 3 years.
Yeah. The closest thing he's had since then was when he was about to get married, and he was doing everything he could to avoid getting laid that night.
True, that's true. Yeah. That's the thing. So you get a character like Rimmer who's a total asswipe, and then they write him to have sex with all these beautiful women. Like he even banged Jane Horrocks in the Hollow ship, and then Lister, who's supposed to be the viable one, he gets nothing. He gets gelfs. And,
to be fair,
and then when the opportunity to make a baby with Kachansky comes up, he has to do it in a fucking test tube.
To be fair, that is kind of the way of the world with some women's rationale. So
whatever. Anyway, when Lister got lady wound up pregnant, so better Rimmer instead. Yes, you're right. Thank you, by the way. Appreciate you. No, it's not a new chick. It's Kachansky. She's been with us for 2 series at this point. Well, no, a whole series basically.
Yeah, she's just updated her hairstyle, and she looked good.
Seasons.
In series 7, everybody had the big hair, and then by series 8, everyone had the straight long hair. It was the 90s. Everyone had to have whatever hairstyle Jennifer Aniston had. It's true. You look it up, man. There was the whole fucking fashion trends were based on Friends. But there you go.
Brooke from The Bold and the Beautiful, but that's just me because I was raised by my grandma.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Anyway,
that time Glenn Morangi famously sold out everywhere because Monica drank some in the whatever that bar was called.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh man, I do miss a bit of Morangi. Good shit. You can actually get it here. It's just very expensive. If the old man was still alive, I'd probably have bought a bottle for Christmas. But there we go. Anyway, let's scoot then. So Rimmer's in the AR, and they're all in the cockpit, and Lister literally happens to mention. Oh no, he's just about to mention. It doesn't matter anyway. So yeah, Rimmer is here to cover up his any evidence of him having done a deal with Lister to get access to the crew's confidential files. But basically, that's how
reads out. He conveniently says out loud what he types in to.
He literally says out loud. He says, "Find all references to the agreement between Lister and Rimmer and remove," which is not how you talk to a computer, but whatever. Maybe it's AI, right?
I mean, it is an artificial reality, so why wouldn't it be artificial intelligence?
That's Red Dwarf Council. Glenn Rimmer's using AI.
Yeah, there we go. And blip, suddenly Lister finds the thing about it, of course, is that you could argue it shouldn't be possible for them to identify that this is happening to them live in real time. But for whatever reason, they every time they to another moment, like with Whitehole, they are very aware of it. So I guess at least it's canonical. Lister says, "What was that? Something weird just happened." Kachansky's like, "Yeah, I felt it too." Then it happens again and again.
She ends up getting moved over, like
yeah, they all switch seats and stuff. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, 1 minute they're there, and then I can't remember. Anyway, Kachansky says, "I don't believe I'm here." Sorry, Crichton says it. And Kachansky says, "I have that feeling all the time." Crichton says, "I have it. I believe we're in some kind of computer-manipulated, psychotropically induced mind state." And Holly says, "You took the words right out of my mouth."
Yeah. Okay.
So they realize at this point that they are, in fact, in their trial, that they are being judged right now. Our escape is our trial. Lister realizes it was when they licked the envelopes earlier. And Kat says, "So you mean nothing's been real since then? Blue Midget, the ground controller, none of that was real? You mean after all this, I still haven't got a date?" Damn, another Valentine's another year where I have to send a Valentine's card to my hand. You didn't have to admit that, Kat. You could have said nothing.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, Lister says this is good. This is good. He says it proves we're innocent. Everything we've said and done, escaping, trying to track down the nanos. He goes, it corroborates our story like that. Holly says, "But you are guilty, guys. Who are you fooling?" Wait, I don't know why I said that. So yeah, obviously they realize that Rimmer
again. Yeah,
that's it. They've all moved again. Yeah, and Rimmer's obviously framing them, and now they know. Lister. So it's like Lister says, "It just happened again. Everything we say is being," and then boom, Crichton says, "Bananas." Lister says, "If I say who I think is responsible for this, it'll get cut too. So I'm not going to, but it's him. I know it's him. You can bet on it. And if I ever catch up with him, I'm going to cut off both his blunt knife."
Yeah, I just love he's got his hands there when the edit happens.
Indeed. That's it, yeah. So, we're not there yet. So the cat says, "How do we stop him?" Crichton says, "If we're plugged into AR software, there must be a trap door built into the program somewhere to allow escape." Kaz, "You mean to help you out if the program freezes?" "Precisely. There'll be a cryptic clue around here somewhere, something like a trapdoor or an exit." And Kat says, "I got it. There's a button here with E11T on it. And 11 is XI in Roman numerals. EXIT. Exit." Lister says, "He got that." Crichton says, "I think without a shadow of a doubt, this is not reality."
Right. But again, I love this whole scene because Cat, he doesn't get much, but when he gets like these opportunities from time to time, like this is
Putting him in the driver's seat a couple of seasons ago was a great idea because it gave him a presence in every scene, which gives you a reason to write him some lines.
Right.
So, whereas he was really underused in some episodes of the earlier series, from series 5 onwards, he gets a lot more, and now he's getting tons more because I think at this point people really loved the cat, and also I think Danny John Jules had been in a few plays or something in the gap, so like he'd been a bit more famous and stuff. But anyway, so obviously they tell him to press it, and he does. He presses it, and suddenly they are in claymation.
And they're fully aware that they're claymation.
Yeah, and I don't think I ever really appreciated this when it first aired, but I remember, like, since I'm always like, well, they really nailed the look of them. Like they really caricatured them with the claymation. Like Crichton's hilarious. And there's actually a stupid but still kind of possible explanation for it, because the cat says, "Now where are we?" And Crichton says, "Well, somehow we've wound up in the screensaver."
Yeah. Does anyone actually still use a screensaver?
No.
I don't even know how to put one on my computer.
Every single time I get up from my computer, even if it's only for a second, I just automatically hit Windows L, and lock the screen.
I by myself, so YouTube, I guess, is my screensaver. I just throw something on and just come back to it.
Yeah. No, I haven't had a screensaver in, I have no idea how long it's been, in fact. 10, 15 years, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, I think last time I had one, it was on Windows XP.
Yeah, it's going to be like that. Yeah. Plus, monitors are different now. It's not as easy to burn an image into them as it used to be. It's still easy, but it's not that easy anymore.
Right.
Anyway, so they're trying to figure out how the fuck to get out. There's Kachansky. She says, "We need to locate the power source so we can switch the AR machine's power off." Lister is hanging out. It's fucking great Lister face, man. All cheeks and like tiny little face. It's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
This is power source. Well, there has to be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe it's in this ice hole. And a huge monster shark comes out and eats him, and then spits him out, and then literally goes, "Ugh."
Too hot. Too much curry.
I guess Lister's too spicy. Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's what we're supposed to figure out. Anyway, then the cat is in this igloo as Lister. Oh, that's right. You can't. There you can see it, but Lister's it's kind of funny. Lands in the snow, and that's it. Yeah. So Cat says, "Hey, there's food in here." Kachansky says, "So?" He says, "Including a bottle of ketchup." Lister says, "So?" He says, "Power ketchup. Get it? What's to get? Power sauce."
Yeah.
And Lister's like, "Pity is only smart when he's made out of plasticine." So yeah, because the cat has that's
yeah, I know his irrational kind of logic,
and it even says tomato sauce, as well.
Right?
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, his abstract reasoning's on point.
Yeah. It's interesting. Somehow the cat is a genius in claymation. So there we go. Or in AR anyway. So they finally wake up. And of course, they spot Rimmer immediately still frantically smashing the buttons. And Lister shouts, "You backstabbing Weasley Smegger! You were trying to frame us!" He goes, "Listy, just the man." Now, I know at first glance it may look bad, but Kachansky says, "God, he's gorgeous." Because he's still got the sexual magnetism virus. Rimmer goes, oh, hold her back, please. Hold her back. I can't take any more. She goes, "Those nostrils are driving me crazy. I've simply got to have them." Lister's like, "Hold her back, Crichton, help me." Kachansky is extremely horny. She grits her teeth and she tries to wriggle away from both of them and get towards Rimmer so she can fuck his brains out. They all rush into the elevator, and she's literally going, "I want his babies." Rimmer literally has no idea how to fix it. So Lister gives him the luck virus. No, he tells him, "If you still got it, take some. It'll cure the virus and restore you back to normal." So Rimmer takes some of the luck virus, and Kachansky suddenly is
embarrassed as fuck.
mortified. Absolutely mortified by what she's been doing. And UF Omega asks why Lister would be so spicy. Well, that would be because he pretty much only eats curry.
He sweats curry at this point in time.
Literally, he sweats Madras sauce. Yeah,
his blood is curry.
Yeah, that's why. Although it's been a while actually, because we've been in this situation. We haven't had a curry joke for a while, but that's Lister. He has legendarily only has 1 or 2 functioning taste buds because he's killed the rest with his insatiable love of curry. So that would be why. Anyway, I mean, he definitely must smell like a tandoori restaurant. You know?
Yeah, I know he is.
Ever been inside the house, the home of an Indian family? It just smells of curry all the time because that's all they eat. You know.
Right. It literally just permeates the skin.
That's not meant as a dig or anything, by the way.
No,
I had
no.
Indian neighbors,
It's
lovely
what it is.
people, house smelled of curry, you know. And they used to give us some actually. It was nice. Every now and then they'd drop by with like leftovers. Like they'd have made like enough sauce for 20 people, but then they didn't eat it, so they'd bring it to us, and we got free curry all the time. It was pretty cool.
Dude. Not bad.
Yeah, good shit. Anyway, so he drinks the virus, and Kachansky is back. She's like, "Oh my god, that's so embarrassing." Anyway, it doesn't matter. They get Holly back online. Holly says, "No time to lose. You should head toward the nearest one of these." And then he drops down, and his head becomes the image of. And you know, if you've watched the behind the scenes, he really wasn't very pleased with this joke. Because the last time Norman Lovett was on Red Dwarf for Series 2, and he still had some hair, whereas now he's totally bald. So, but the thing is, so is Doug Naylor, and like, you know, there's loads of baldies working on Red Dwarf. But he got a little bit tetchy about this one because Norman Lovett's a bit of an egomaniac, apparently. So that's it. But so having Holly literally use his own head as a reference to a moon is genius, but at the same time, it's also insane. You know, like why would he choose to do that?
I mean, to be fair, there's some exposition in the remainder of this episode and in the next one about the state of Holly and his, you know, and we've seen it. You know, he's working with what he's got.
And he ain't got a lot.
He's a little bit demented these days.
He's like when he was with the other AI who says exactly how the sixth IQ, how much exactly. I think that's the situation here.
Yeah. Oh, it has a 6 in it.
Not much else.
Yeah, that's an outrageous, scandalous lie. That is, yeah. But yeah, I think in the years since Series 5, however long that's been, he's gone even more fucking insane. Somehow reverted himself back to being a male, and just sat on a watch for years as the nano machines unbuilt and rebuilt him. Whatever, anyway.
Holly, the true trans icon.
Yeah. So Lister's like, "Oh, you mean a moon?" He goes, "Exactly." He says, "He's right. We can regroup there and continue our search for the nanos." And Rimmer says, "What about me?" Crichton says, "Well, suggest we persuade you to come with us, sir, or failing that, we bludgeon you unconscious."
So
just brilliant way he just says it, so matter of fact, you know. Well, if you don't come with us, I suppose we'll have to knock you out, you know. The cat, of course, objects because no one hates Rimmer more than Cat. The cat says, "Him come with us? Are you out of your mind? That's so dumb, I should have said it." Crichton says, "Well, Mr. Rimmer has had access to the confidential files, sir. He knows all the security codes. Without him, our chances of escaping are about as remote as meeting an interesting hairdresser named Kylie." Yeah, there's no such thing.
How relevant are these, by the way? How relevant are these in the different countries? Have you ever met an interesting hairdresser named Kylie?
No.
So very remote.
To be fair, though, I had the same hairdresser. I had the same barber from like age 12 to age 30, and that was a gay dude. So who had a shop up the road from my house. So no, I never even had a hairdresser called Kylie. So no, but I do remember all the women who did work in that shop being really boring.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
One of them might have been a Kylie.
It's the standard hairdresser trope, like snip, snip, going on your holidays this year, Oh, yeah. Oh, where are you going? Oh, Spain. Oh, well, that's nice. Very sunny. Like ultimate small talk. Like you talk to them for about 15 minutes while they're cutting your hair and you say nothing of any actual value.
Right.
I'm willing to bet that's part of what they're learning when they go to
hairdressing school, how to make small talk. Yeah, that's literally it. Yeah. And here's how you make a conversation about the weather last 15 minutes. Do you remember that day last year in June when it was really sunny? Oh yeah, that was a nice day, wasn't it? Not like the next month. It rained all through July. Well, it's supposed to be summertime, isn't it? But you know what? Fuck off!
To be fair, though, it's probably best to have a disconnected conversation with a hairstylist because in this day and age, especially now, people are so touchy. You might end up with scissors in your neck. If you talk about anything that,
especially if you consider just exactly how many hairdressers are called Karen.
Right.
So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, it would be weird though if you sat down in the chair and like literally someone's like, oh hello, how are you? How do you want me to cut it? Oh yeah, and you just fucking use the clippers number 2, thanks. All right. So have you read Kierkegaard's theory on existence? Or something like that.
What are your thoughts on multifaceted states of reality?
Yeah. You heard about that string theory? It's really interesting. Right. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. I don't know why I've got them all doing the Monty Python old lady voice, but
because it's awesome.
Would this could be a good time to mention that my mum was a hairdresser?
How well? I mean, you spoke to her more than us. What was she like as a conversationalist?
She was also a bar manager, so quite good actually.
Okay.
Oh right, yeah. See, that's different.
That's different.
Being able to turn a conversation from like 5 minutes into 20 minutes is an actual gift if you're a bar manager.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyway, there we go. No offense to Rose's mom.
Same as universities.
Yeah. Good luck. How many more things can we put our feet in today? Oh well, whatever. Do we get any supers, by the way? I feel like I think the chat's died. I don't think it's moving at all.
I know.
Is everyone alive? Are you guys all right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think they're laughing.
New people walk to the door, but sit down, have a seat. We'll take a few inches off the top.
Right? Yeah.
How's your day?
How's the weather?
All the weather lights. Oh, never mind.
Scotch.
How's your super chat, darling?
God, Jesus Christ. There's certain services that you get from people, and it's just going to be small talk the whole way. You can't imagine that. I mean, it'd be like if you walked into a brothel or something like that, and then like the chick's sitting on top, and she's just going like this and going, "Are you going on holiday this year?" Like,
where are you going for a
holiday right now?
Yeah, I'm going to Cyprus actually. Oh, that's nice. Like,
you tried that bakery down the street.
They have the nicest sticky buns.
They've got really nice donuts.
Imagine. Have you heard of string theory?
Yeah. No, but I got some string for you, love.
That's right.
Anyway, this conversation has gone very, very awry. Let's move into
keep moving.
Which is this, yeah. So of course they need to escape, and of course Rimmer is dubious about why he should go off with them. And Crichton says, "Well, I am very good at laundry, sir." And Holly says, "I do a damn fine Moon impression." Cat says, "And I'm so gorgeous, there's a 6-month waiting list for birds to suddenly appear every time I am near."
Yeah, this is like this whole 3-episode arc for him has been this
he gets it all, doesn't he? I genuinely think though, like that is, I know it's like it's not necessarily a big laugh line, but it's one of the best lines they've ever written. I think that's just an incredibly funny thing to say, like really cool motherfucking thing to say. There's a 6-month waiting list for birds to suddenly appear every time I am near. That's just fucking cool. Yeah. Anyway, Crichton says, and you know what they say, sir? If you've got 3 good friends, you're a rich man. And Rimmer says, only poor people say that.
Yeah, I love this whole scene, the dialogue in it, the exchange.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, the buttons. Yeah,
them actually, because they know that this is a different version of Rimmer, but
it's OG Rimmer.
Yeah, but they still, and it's not just because of the situation. Like the situation is, what's presenting the opportunity, but the fact that he's part of the group. Even still, and so it's like even though he hasn't had those experiences, or whatever.
No, yeah, they need Rimmer, obviously. So there we go. That's right. Kat says, forget it, he's not going to change his mind. Crichton says, time is of the essence. The crew will know we're out of AR now and are probably sending someone to investigate. Rimmer says, if I leave, I'll always be a failure. The shame of it. Every time I have a boiled egg, knowing I don't even outrank the toasty soldiers. Says, I want to be an officer, a man of honor. Lister says the line that we've been waiting for since like episode 1 is that he literally goes, officers aren't men of honor. They're head cases. Those induction pranks they play when you qualify. It's true. They're scum. People who achieve that kind of rank are usually absolute bastards, Anyway,
sociopaths. Yeah.
Maybe they're not. Maybe some are cool, but it seems like whenever you see them depicted on TV, there's some kind of deviant, with the sort of stereotype of the officer, and then he goes back to his quarters, takes his uniform off, and he's been wearing like a corset and stockings under it the whole time,
like we had with what's his name, McLaren.
Maybe I'll just watch too much Spike Milligan. I don't know. Maybe that's
no. I believe that the higher you go in any kind of structure, whether it's private, public, or governmental, or whatever, the more kind of.
I think so. I think you need to be socially completely different to achieve that level of greatness, so-called. So I don't know, but anyway, there we go. Anyway, he's right. The induction pranks. He goes, Rimmer says, I've dreamt of that proud day for years now, as I wake up after the celebration party and find that my pubes are orange and I'm handcuffed to a goat. And most glorious of all, discovering that someone superglued me to one of those rabbits that whizzes around greyhound tracks. Oh, those mad japes they play on you. I can't miss all that. It's like, that's not going to happen, Rimmer. It's never going to happen. And Lister, he knows he can't just tell Rimmer that he's a useless git. Right. So he just tells him, that's not going to happen for you, man, just like it didn't happen to the other Rimmer. And Holly says, we're giving you a second chance of life and an opportunity for you to screw it up in a new and original way.
Which I loved.
This Rimmer's not dead. This Rimmer is alive. So you have that. Crichton says, you'll get your own seat in the cockpit and you'll be in control of at least 5 buttons. And Kachansky says, Crichton, don't be pathetic. He's hardly going to be impressed at the prospect of being in charge of a few
5 buttons.
Rimmer goes, 5, you say? There's no more vending machine maintenance, no more getting heckled by drinks dispensers. That's 5 whole buttons. And Kachansky's cottoned on now. She's like, a new start, a new life. Lister says, you wake up in the morning, you want to leap out of bed. Crichton says, well, in your case, Mr. Lister, sir, that's because your sheets are covered in pointy puppetdom shards.
He kind of laughs about he grins.
And Rimmer says again, he goes, tell me more about these buttons. Are some illuminated?
Yeah.
So he's really, it totally worked. The buttons. That's what he cares about. The image of having some authority. It's Rimmer.
Yeah. So it looks cool. He's sitting at a console all day. He's he gets to press
that's
buttons.
It. So Lister says, what do you say, man? The old Rimmer was a vital member of the team. He performed essential functions we've never replaced. And Rimmer says, what did he do? And Lister's like, I don't know exactly. He was
everyone's befuddled.
He goes, he was head of safety, meaning he was a congenital coward. Rimmer goes, head of safety? That's a hell of a title. But what did he actually do? Lister says, sort out danger, sort out peril, and then advised us of the best way to run away from it. And Lister Rimmer goes, head of safety.
Which is not a lie.
Yeah,
it's true.
And it's actually a vital thing to have, especially in a small ragtag crew. So,
Yep.
you know, like I say, I do like the way that they want to, you know, have everyone and have this be the thing. Like this is actually really quite, you know, I don't know. This is I like this scene a lot.
Yeah, I like this scene a lot too.
Marrying the
plus, you're just happy to get the crew back together.
Right.
And
and
camaraderie, even though they don't actually like him.
Well,
none of them really like each other except maybe Lister and Crichton.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, you know, I think that it's one of those things where it's like they may have started off in an uncomfortable situation, but even at this time, you know, there's an actual intimacy, and these people care about each other greatly to the point to where even though this isn't the Rimmer that they spent all that time with,
it's Rimmer.
It's still Rimmer, and there's an opportunity here to actually kind of, you know, maybe he'll actually end up being a better Rimmer. You know, it's not like it can be any worse. You know, and the old Rimmer became Ace, so you know, it's like
all I know is by series 9 he's a hologram again.
Well.
But there we go.
We'll get into that.
Anyway, I mean, the continuity kind of ends after series 8 and then comes back in series 10. But there we go. Anyway, so he says, head of safety, 5 buttons. I'm in. Cat says, he's in. Let's celebrate. I'll open a bottle of cyanide. There we go. Anyway, they're in the cockpit for real this time, apparently. And this time, unfortunately, it's not a beautiful woman staring at him through the screen. It's a sort of a fat, sort of Caribbean Aunt Jemima type looking at him.
With, some spaced out teeth.
Oh yeah, she is meant to be. I think I know this woman's face. I think she used to do this as an act. Like she used to just do stand up or something, and did the sort of domineering African grandma kind of character. So, but anyway, so the cat is stunned. He says, "You're the ground controller?" And she says, "Please state your name and clearance code." The cat goes, "Reality sucks." She goes, "Your name's Reality sucks? Reality sucks." Like, she goes, "1 second, Mr. Socks. Just checking my clearance list." Lister says, "Look, do another smegging dance so we can get out of here." He goes, "Dance? With her, I'd have trouble walking."
That and we're not in that artificial space to where, you know, like it was great. It was great being able to have that scene, knowing full well that it was just a, you know, a mindfuck kind of artificial reality kind of thing. They couldn't get away with that here.
No,
you know,
no. Even though we are still yet to get to the last twist of the episode, but yeah. Anyway, that's it. Yeah. So they start running, and she goes, "Come back, Mr. Socks." Come back as they flee.
And they already out in the space.
They're out. They're gone. They're in the big black. So there we go. In the cockpit, they're just doing their bit, the usual stuff. Kachansky says, "There's nothing on the scanners for our 1,000-mile radius. We are in the clear, guys." And everyone goes, "Yes," except Crichton. Crichton says,
just beside
"I
himself.
don't believe we are, ma'am." And Kat says, "What's up?" He goes, "According to the supplies infantry, we're frighteningly low on." When everyone was so happy, I could barely say it out loud. Remember, what are we frighteningly low on? Oxygen? It was worse. Fabric softener. Suggest we chart a course for the nearest derelict, the SS Einstein, before everyone's woolens get all bibbly-bobbly. Kat says, "Einstein? Wasn't he the dude who discovered America?" And then there's this whole spiel fucking ages about the theory of relativity and the fact that no one knows what it is.
Right. To the point where they ask
Holly. Yeah. And they and Holly does his usual bit. He goes, he's like, what is the theory of relativity, Hall? He goes, bit busy at the moment, Dave. What? You're not even connected to Red Dwarf, you son of a bitch. You're the fake Holly. You're not the real Holly, but you're not the Holly. You know? Listen, just tell us what it is in sort of simple layman's terms. He goes, it's a theory. What is it? He goes, oh, you want it more complicated than that, do you? It's a standard Holly joke, you know.
Yeah, again, a throwback. Like, oh, that's simple.
Exactly, yeah.
You know,
oh, you want it that simple? Yeah,
future echoes.
Yeah.
Yes. So he says, what does it mean? He says, it's the theory of relativity. You know, it's a theory you only tell your relatives. Rimmer says, that's so sad. Holly's supposed to have an IQ of 6,000. Now I doubt he could even spell IQ. This is, if I'm so stupid, if I'm so computer senile, explain this then. It does literally nothing. And Cat goes, explain what? It says, you can't, can you? Explain what? He goes, it's no good stalling, trying to buy time. If I'm so stupid, explain why I was able to recreate an entirely new set of nanobots and get them to resurrect the crew. No, what? As I thought you'd be pleased. Cat's like, why? Because my job is to keep Dave sane. True, I'm not that good at it, but I do my best. Says, that's why I create these little diversions to keep him occupied. Says, but Hall, we could have wound up with 2 years in the brig. He goes, you still could. I've just figured it out. We're still in AR.
Yep.
What? And yeah, in computer jargon, my plans have all gone tits up.
Cut to this scene where it's all playing out. And yep, sure enough.
Yeah, indeed. We now see Hollister talking to their ship's Holly, where he basically says what we all think, basically. He says, well, for me, well, no, we haven't got there yet, but there we are. Now he says, for me, Lister's nanobot story is corroborated. They were trying to track him down. Their actions in the psychotropically induced scenario bear that out. Ollie says, I agree, Frank. I also believe we indeed died and were resurrected again, borne out by their actions. So original charges, all innocent. But it's equally apparent that they used by the way, Holly has a fucking cone head.
Yeah. All for, emphasis on the joke on his, dome.
Yeah, once again, yeah. So he says original charges all innocent, but it's equally apparent that they used classified information from the crew's confidential files to their own ends. I suspected Rimmer had access the very moment he walked into my office and began acting incredibly smart and knowledgeable. Clever Holly says, what a giveaway. Says that's why I got him to lick one of the psychotropic envelopes when I invited him to dinner. So Holly says, so abusing classified information, that's a fresh charge. And on that, they're all guilty. That's a statutory sentence. I know. 2 years in the brig. It says, so instead of the original charge and a possible sentence of 2 years in the brig, they've been found guilty on another charge and have got an entirely different 2 years in the brig. That's going to be a great comfort to them. I'll bring it
the way he says it to himself. All
right.
Yeah.
So, like the thing with this new Holly, I mean, it throws back to what we were talking about like 2 episodes ago. I guess that was only last week. So we were discussing how because there was a Rimmer, because there was a Lister and a Kachansky aboard, they didn't resurrect Kachansky. So why have they resurrected Holly?
Because
maybe they didn't know that Holly was part of it.
Well, because Holly's part of the ship, right?
And that's the original Holly before
and he hasn't been part of the ship. They left him. He created, so he's been on the watch.
Yeah, I guess because he is part of the ship is pretty much the answer.
Yeah,
because he's part of the furniture of Red Dwarf.
Right. And that's a program. It's easy to how we all have instances of operating systems, but in theory, it's still based on the same code. So you're dealing with an original instance code, whereas he is unique and flawed and corrupted in all the best ways. So he can exist, multiple times over, because already on, you would imagine, during 3 million years ago, when there were more ships under the corporation
GMC,
throughout space, they were all using Hollies.
Presumably, yeah.
Presumably.
Also,
Yeah,
this is the original Holly
They
before
would
he
just
got
been
mad.
like a broken computer, and they just put a new computer in.
Well, it's
on the
the
system.
Yeah, they rebooted everything. They rebooted the reality based on.
Yeah, I mean, if they rebuilt the physical computer, then it would have resulted in a new Holly.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just software. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anyway, there you go. I thought I saw. No, it doesn't matter. I thought I saw a super chat, but no, it's from earlier. Anyway, so they wake up this time for real.
Mm-hmm.
And now we realize that Rimmer's been with them the whole time as well, because they were testing him as well.
And he was actually in AR before anybody else.
Yeah, the minute he did that insane salute and handed Hollister the folder full of shit about future echoes and stuff, he didn't trust him, so he got him to lick the envelope to address to him to invite him to dinner, and that was a psycho envelope. So
right.
So ha 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 ha, the whole thing has been a ruse within a ruse. It was ruseception.
Yep.
And so now they're all finally awake at last, and they're all guilty. So no matter the fact that they did prove themselves, they are still going to the brig. Indeed, where are we? Lister says, everything was real before we licked the envelopes, right? And then we conked out and got carted off to AR. Before we licked anything, I lent you my Holly watch. Rimmer says, so if this is reality, I should still be wearing it. Looks, and yes, he is indeed still wearing Holly. Says, oh yeah, this is reality, all right. I'd recognize it anywhere. And once again, he's got the viruses, the sexual magnetism and the luck virus. But as soon as they arrive, the captain steals the luck virus
right out of his hand
and says, I'll have that. The lab boys are going to want to run tests on it. Says, where's the other one? But in that time, they managed to pass it away. Yeah. Says, I'm afraid I lost it, sir. And Hollister realizes that he's talking about magnetism. God damn it, Rimmer!
Yeah,
I wanted that.
Rimmer's going to regret that as well.
Because I mean, the lab boys wanted it to test it too. Damn! He storms out. I love that they let Hollister have some jokes in this series.
Yeah, his mask slipped for a moment. And he's just like,
yeah, he wanted it.
What's that magnetism?
He does. So there we go. Anyway, Kachansky says to Rimmer, this is all your fault. Rimmer's like, my fault. She says, you betrayed us over that confidential file scam, stole the sexual magnetism, you lied to us, and generally behaved like a self-serving, scum-sucking, ruthless little rat bag. And Rimmer says, and that's bad? Nonetheless, they are all being sentenced, even Holly.
The usual suspects. Yep, I love this last part of the whole 3-part arc is fucking fantastic, because it's just every scene has just comedy gold in it, and just it's all doing all this wonderful work in terms of giving service to everything that's happened before, but it's also setting you up for what the state of things is. I'll go into a little bit more depth once credits roll completely, but there is this last joke.
So they get into the tank, what was it, floor 13 or something, or 14 or
13.
Yeah, it's 13, which is interesting because in Cassandra they call it 15. I noticed that earlier. But anyway, they're all standing as the chief jailer, warden, whatever, Ackerman, greets them, says, welcome to the tank. Lister is standing just behind Rimmer, unscrews the sexual magnetism vial and pours a little onto his shoulder, and then legs. And after a few seconds, suddenly Rimmer becomes extremely interesting to all the inmates.
It's not gay, Rimmer. It's just a power thing,
And It looks like he's about to get more than he bargained for.
Right,
The world
as-
does indeed love a bastard.
Indeed, as the credits begin to roll.
Yeah, that's it. So that was Back in the Red. Fucking
Yeah.
magnificent. Just a
Back in the
giant-
red or back in the brown?
Well, there you go. You see,
I mean, it could be red and brown by the time the
Oh, yeah.
It'll be good by the end, yeah.
Definitely gonna be an entrance from that point on.
Indeed.
So there you go. 3 parts. We finally finished the arc of everything that started with Epideme, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's been quite the fucking tale, really.
Yeah.
Getting back to Red Dwarf, getting everybody back, having now Kaczynski and Rimmer, and now ending up in the jail. It's crazy. It's so good. I don't even know what to say.
Right.
It's been this magnificent sort of big fucking story that they wanted to do as like a movie, I think, and so it ended up like this.
I
What do
think
you
it's
guys
even. This is the best possible outcome that you could have had, quite honestly. Because what it sets up, because over the course of the series, it was 2 guys in a room talking in like very gray space, and then over the course of all this time, we've seen these characters grow, actually become quite capable. And and episodes become far more interesting. Like they've gone and done all the stuff in AR,
Crazy.
Yeah. So if they were to just take it all the way back to default Red Dwarf, and it's just going to be guys in a room, it would be such a underwhelming kind of thing.
Yeah.
To just undo all that. And so bringing all that back, but bringing it back in a way where it provides for a new dynamic conflict and everything, then getting sent to the brig, I think it provides all the chance for adventure and exploration and things like that they've been doing and gotten really quite good at. And now
like it says in the show, they get to screw it up in a new and original way.
Right.
Yeah.
With more people.
It's great. It's it's like almost a reboot, but it's not.
Right.
One thing that I continue to wonder, like, this is a mining ship, right? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, it has trained personnel. Everybody finished some.
It's part of the
paper. It's like it's a city.
Where all the prisoners come from?
Well,
Yeah.
see, that's the thing.
The canon is a bit janky, of course. In the original series, they said that there were only 169 people on the ship.
Right.
Whereas now there are
nanobots,
over 1,000.
when the nanobots recreated it was not based on the ship as we
It was
knew
based
it.
on
It
the
was based
schematics for
on-
the original Red Dwarf as it was meant to
Right.
be, not the one we had.
Right. And so not only did it recreate the people that died, but it recreated everything that could have potentially filled the space.
Plus, where would you hide a secret prison? Probably a mining ship.
Yeah. I mean, it's important to remember that even though it was a JMC ship, it is also part of the Space Corps.
But they get into that in the very next episode, because the whole point of the very next episode, because all right, we are living in a dystopian, authoritarian leaning corporatocracy already. Going further out into the future, people are going to be property. That is very quite likely that there will be systems where it's like, hey, you want your freedom? Go put somebody on a fucking starship and use them for labor and things like that. Like and so to me, it makes a lot of in-world sense for kind of the way that corporations are and will be.
I do mean I didn't mean where were all those, like in general, but I thought that the mining ship was just people who were trained, and now these prisoners were
right.
I mean,
but the idea is that you have a whole society on the ship, and in season 1 they used the stasis field. You broke the rules, you got put in stasis.
Go in stasis,
But again, that would be
and also it's designed, the stasis thing is for interstellar travel, so that they don't die waiting to get where they're going.
Right. But also it's new opportunity, so they need to have some kind of dynamicism in this season. So if you're going to have them on Red Dwarf, how do you have them on Red Dwarf but have it be new, and you put them in a new part of the ship?
And it was also like it was going.
It is
back
weird that
and
there is a
forward from
brig,
Earth to
considering
Jupiter
that they-
all the time, and it's like not everybody was qualified. They were like Rimmer and Lister who were there to repair the vending machines. Not everybody was a qualified miner.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a ship the size of a
There were
city.
people there to sweep the floor. There were chefs there, which we hear a lot about in the upcoming 4 episodes. Yeah. Like you know, the ship was there to transport the miners, but the ship had to be an entirely self-contained society on its own. And obviously, going backwards and forwards up and down the solar system, where better to put a prison for the Space Corps?
Yeah, but also that and the fact that they are indeed 1,000 odd people on a ship the size of a city.
Things can go wrong.
So yeah, you need to have a plan in place for what happens if you end up with a bunch of psychotic murderers running amok through the ship. The only thing that doesn't make sense is then, therefore, why did Lister get put into stasis instead of just going to the brig? You know, that's the only whole.
I mean,
I guess because it's just a minor thing, but
could also
I don't
just be
know.
that
there's another if let's say this ship is a little bit like the original, and the original had a prison section, but the final version didn't have any. Only had a stasis pod section. These people might be potential stasis pod.
Yeah,
people,
maybe.
You know.
Yeah. Well, there is also that.
There's a lot of holes.
I tend to.
I always assumed it was because Lister was a civilian, and the people who were on the brig were like prisoners that they picked up going backwards and forwards from Jupiter on behalf of the Space Corps.
Well, I mean, my kind of take on it is the captain in the initial season. Everyone actually likes Lister, and so you know, I think that if and they'd never mention having, and they even talk about that, how there's a prison section now. So again, this is one of those things where, you know, budget cuts happen, corporations constantly try to keep costs down, this and that, and so what they created as people was a diminished version of what were there for the blueprints. Robots don't give a shit about that. The little nanobots, when they're making it, they fucking just made it out of, you know, whatever. And so
they just invented people.
Yeah. And so like they're not concerned about, you know, the kind of things that an actual corporate mindset would put into practice of, well, even if we have this planned out, do we actually utilize it? Or, you know, can't they just use the stasis field and, you know, and then they're not a problem, then they can take them to wherever and then take them, you know, put them in some kind of penal colony. And then at that point it's their, so it's and again, it's one of those things too, where I think that this was a narrative choice on how do we incorporate something that is nostalgic, but do it in a new and dynamic way that allows for us to do the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, from behind the scenes perspective, it is just about giving them a reason to,
right,
to be able to bring back all the crew and have that happen, and have the access to Red Dwarf, and have all these potential extra characters that you can create for. It's fun. It stops the show getting stale. But then if you're gonna do that, then you need to do something to change the setup for Rimmer and Lister.
Right. Because otherwise they're just going back to being effectively vending machine repairmen. And there's only so much they can do within that framework, because they're not going to be allowed to get on ships. They're not going to be allowed to do. So when we get right into this next episode, they have a completely new designation. Now.
That's it, yeah. Because they need to have a way for them to be able to still go off and have adventures, but at the same time also not have it be just the same as it was. So they decided, okay, we'll put them in the brig and we'll have them join the Canaries.
Right.
So that they end up going off on dangerous missions, which is what they do with the prisoners, because at this point in the presumably corporatized, heartless bastard world of Red Dwarf, even before the 3 million year gap, it was kind of a situation where it's like, well, you are the kind of scum that, you know, breaks rules on a spaceship. You know,
they say it exactly in the next episode. They use Canaries because they don't want expendable people.
So at this point, you are literally an expendable prisoner, and you can be sent to your death. Yeah, it is weird though, because you'd kind of think one of the reasons I figured there wasn't a brig before was because they probably needed most of these people. on the ship. But now that they have a bigger ship with a larger crew, it doesn't sound quite so implausible that you could say, hey, Lister, you need to go into fucking stasis instead of going to prison.
Right.
Anyway, there we go. We are getting ahead of ourselves, so I guess we'll just get into it then.
Yeah.
Incidentally, hope you're alive, chat. Hope you're enjoying the show.
Indeed.
And let's get some subs.
Tell a friend, share it out, do the thing.
Yeah. And go green for the princesses.
Indeed.
All right. Let's put this fucker on the screen then. We get the actual intro sequence now for the first time. If you watched them all as one part, whereas before we didn't. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that scene. That sounds really dirty, but it's not. It's a very funny scene. Anyway, there we go. And it's also cool that the way that they had the number being scratched onto the fucking thing, like you
right,
did in a
because
prison
they're in jail, and
Yeah.
so they're having to scribe it on the wall.
Exactly. So here we go again. We are back. Red Dwarf is on maneuvers doing something. It's kind of hard to work out what they're actually doing because they are 3 million years into deep space and have absolutely no purpose whatsoever anymore.
Right.
So
right.
kind of, like what is the mission of Red Dwarf now?
I don't know. Like, how do they report back to anybody per se? But hey, you know what?
It won't matter in a few episodes.
Well,
It'll be dead again anyway.
think they probably have like protocols for like what happens if they get lost in deep space, what they're supposed to do for the benefit of the company, etc.
Well, I mean, the thing is that it comes up in series 10. There's literally a protocol that happens in series 10 when they get a new computer. And it also coincides with Lister. It's something about him wanting a medical in one episode, and so he registers himself again as a new crew member as his son because he's his own father. So but then he resigns as himself, so he both works for and doesn't work for the company. I can't remember the details. We'll get to it. We'll
get to it in due course.
But the result is though that the computer decides right, since there are no actual living crew members on this ship, then we'll resort to the default protocol, which is to dispose of the ship into the heart of the sun. Yeah.
And and now that it's been recreated, they spent those first 3 episodes saying specifically, we're not going to let this information out. Like only the officers technically know what's
everybody
going
else
on.
thinks that they're just doing
everyone,
usual shit.
Yeah, they just think that they don't even notice that a week's time has passed, let alone 3 million years.
Yeah, they think it's still 23.
That's the whole thing about like being in a mind prison. It didn't take anything to. A lot of people are caught up in cultist mindsets, and you wouldn't know it because you believe. And someone could sit here and be like, dude, it's 3 million years removed from.
I mean,
time.
it'd be really difficult
like,
to tell one bit of
crazy.
space from another.
You're a nutter. So, as long as they keep everybody doing their dutiful tasks and just look for shit to mine, it doesn't matter what fucking year it is. And
I guess once you find yourself somewhere uncharted, then it's difficult to tell it. Like Will was saying, it's difficult to tell it from anywhere else that's uncharted because you're in an uncharted part of space.
Right.
Exactly. Right. All right, let's get on with it then. Red Dwarf is in space. They're in the middle of the tower. You can see the brig is actually represented by this massive tower that is disconnected from anything else around it by quite a large gap.
It reminds me
like 100 feet or something between them and the next part of the ship that they'd be able to get to, so they can't escape.
Yeah, Have any of you guys ever watched the movie Fortress with Christopher Lambert? This is very similar to that. There's a Fortress and a Fortress 2. First one's great. Second one's basically a retread, but this is very similar in its construction. Only it's going down into the earth.
Right. I see. So anyway, that's where they are. They're in the brig. They're in the tank, as they call it. Lister enters his cell from wherever the hell he's been, and Holly appears on the screen as he projects it from his watch onto the screen. So there's Holly. And he says, "Have you figured a way to get us out of here yet, Hol?" says, I actually have, Dave. He says, I've devoted all my runtime to looking for a loophole in the prison ranks, and I think I've come up with something which means that you can serve your entire 2-year sentence in just 14 weeks. He goes, oh, brilliant. What have I got to do? He says, become a dog. Yes, it is that fucking stupid. It's brilliant, though. I can't fault it. He goes, become a dog. He goes, according to my databanks, by the way, this is not true. This is an urban legend, but according to Holly's databanks, it is absolutely true. Dog years are 7 times shorter than human years. It doesn't calculate just exactly quite like that. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but hey, whatever. But on average, then, dog years are 7 times shorter than human years. As a plan, you can't fault it on its mathematics. It says, yeah, but you maybe can fault it on the fact that I'm not a dog. It says, yeah, but according to 20th century newspaper called the National Enquirer, the operation's quite straightforward. And once again, you have what used to be normal culture, making fun of people hacking their bodies to do stupid, weird things like change gender.
And if Holly had decided a 21st century newspaper, he'd just be like, you just have to say it.
Yeah. Literally, all you do is say you're a dog. Yeah,
that's where I was going to go with it. Like, if RTD wrote it, Lister would have just said he identifies as a dog and he'd have been let out.
That'd be it. Yeah, he'd be out in 14 weeks.
He'd have been let out in the backyard for a shit.
That's true. And even though they wrote this series so that it would be set, 100, 200, or 3 million years in the future, they weren't planning on people to have such a weird fucking fixation with all the things that they have now. We didn't expect there to be a social contagion like transitis that we do in fact have. So no bugger would have predicted this happening. It's fucking insanity.
No, this is supposed to be a joke, but reality has mirrored fiction.
Exactly. Yeah. It's supposed to be completely out of the fucking realm of possibility for you to think you're something other than what you are, even in the far future. They didn't realize that in 30 years' time, people would be going around identifying as fucking staplers. But there we go.
People and all this kind of weird shit.
Yep. So there you go. He says the operation's quite straightforward. A roverostomy, they call it. Such stupid humor. He goes, there's a photograph here of a bloke who had it done.
Exclusive.
I just wanted, for the sake of it, to research this if it was based on truth. It's not from that day and age, but in 2022.
Yeah, well, I do
love Japanese man did.
Yeah, I do love the caption on the photo where it's man becomes dog fetching photos.
Yeah.
He a Japanese man did spend £12,000 to turn himself into a dog with a costume and everything.
He did in fact spend around $14,000 or 2 million yen on a hyper-realistic rough collie costume from a special effects company, which he wears to live out his canine fantasy and share on his YouTube channel. I want to be an animal, documenting his walks and interactions, though he sometimes struggles to befriend real dogs.
It's because they can smell
the channel is real. The channel is real, and Red Dwarf has predicted the fucking future once again.
Yeah. I don't have a triangle, but retard alert! Retard alert!
It exists. Yeah. Thank you, Red Dwarf, for predicting the fucking future. Because you had the vision to realize how stupid humanity can become. And it became.
And he's Japanese too. If it can happen to them, it can happen to anyone. Oh, well, there we go, I suppose. And yes, I do love that it says fetching pictures. Yes. Stupid fucking puns, but oh well.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that one up, but John beat me to it.
Yeah. So there we go.
You get the stick.
You called it first. Good boy.
I saw a bone and I had to dig it up, I just could not resist. It's like a dog whistle, I heard the call, and
that's it. It was nice, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.
See you later.
Okay, we need to calm down now. We'll
Have fun. Take care. Bye. Right, enough of that. I've had enough. These jokes are rough.
Okay, you take the lead.
Yeah, I got the biscuit.
All right, guys. You need to stop, otherwise we're all going to get muzzled. All right.
Oh no.
So anyway, Lister looks at the picture of the man who became a dog and says, "That's a dog." He says, "See how convincing it is? Even you're fooled." Says, "Become a dog. That is without doubt the stupidest, crappiest, most pathetic plan you've come up with all week." He goes, "Hey, give me a chance. It's only Monday." So he deactivates him as Rimmer comes in. Rimmer goes, "What happened to my life? Career, prospects, friends. I had everything and I threw it all away. It's a tragedy." Lister says, "What are you on about? You had none of that stuff." He says, "You're right. I had nothing. I had absolutely nothing, and I threw it all away. It's an even bigger tragedy."
Yeah, which, you know, this scene has a lot of good lines. The one with Holly with the double entendre of "It's only Monday, give me some time," of, you know, this is just my first idea. I can come up with far worse.
Yeah, I can do worse.
I can pick it up even more.
Oh, yes, indeedy. That's right. We can do an awful lot with a little bit of time. And by the way, if you guys want boobas, please help us hit the goal. All right, then. Here we go. We got some good lines coming up. Yeah, Rimmer says, "You're right. I had none of that stuff. I had absolutely nothing, and I threw it all away. It's an even bigger tragedy." Lester says, "We're only going to get through this by being positive, by being, what's that word women tennis players always reckon was so important?" And Rimmer says, he goes, "It begins with C." He says, "Cunnilingus." Implying that they're all lesbians, of course. Lister says, "Centered, by being centered. Focused. It's only 2 years, and with good behavior, it'll probably just be 18 months. Remember when you were first born, then you were 18 months? The time just flashed past." That's fucking bog. Yeah, because you haven't developed memory yet. But but Rimmer's answer is better. He says, it flashed past because you had two breasts big as your head at your beck and call day and night. Give me that now, and I wouldn't be whinging.
I mean, he is right.
True. He's right.
He's right. Yes, if we had pair of tits as big as your head at your beck and call 24 hours a day, I don't think anyone would be whining about anything ever.
And the joke about the lesbian tennis players is absolutely fucking hilarious, because I remember growing up about fifth grade. I can't remember. I can't say her name right now, but she was like the big tennis star. She was one of the first athletes to just come out as being openly gay. That I recall from my own childhood, where I was like, "Huh, okay, all right, she's lesbian, huh? She's hot." Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
So.
Billie Jean King, 1981. Then the next one was Martina Navratilova.
Martina, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, because I was born in 81, so I wouldn't have. But yeah. So you could be out and proud as a lady tennis player.
You sure can. Anyway, James OP says, "Stop barking orders, John."
Let loose the dogs of war.
Let the dogs out, guys.
So I'm laughing at something different. I'm laughing at what Helzer's just DMs to our group chat. You really
I forgot to mention it. This is Grog. Grog does not fail on these things.
Oh, for the love of God. You asked for a cat and a blue midget dancing.
Well, yeah, we saw it. We saw it in the episode.
Yeah, we sure did. Oh my God. These are horrifying.
You dropped these in the group chat?
Yeah. Oh my God. Chat, have a look at this.
Those are the most normal ones, by the way. just so you know. Those are the ones.
I mean, it is a
cat.
Oh, the cat's got
fucking tit.
The fact that it didn't correct me when I said midget.
I know, yeah.
I mean, it is a cat.
It is a
dancing with
medical
blue
term,
midget.
you know.
I mean, fair play to Grok. It is a cat dancing with a blue midget.
That is a horrifying thing. I'm looking at right now.
It's like bloody monkey fingers, though.
It's got like the hyperextended joints on its leg, human fingers, and a cat's head. It's horrifying. This
photo is even more strange.
Literally, it's only got one leg. What the fuck?
This is a baby, by the way.
Oh my god! What in the world is this shit? What in the fucking world has happened to reality? Oh my god! This is horrifying.
Again, those were the most normal ones.
Did you get Holly to make this for
That
you?
one's so much worse though.
I don't think.
It's the hot pants, isn't it? That's what makes it worse.
It's the tits as well. It's got tits and then this giant cat head. It's fucking scary. Jesus Christ, this is worse than a man becoming a dog. Oh well. Anyway, thank you, James, and thank you, Helzo. That's creepy as fuck, man. I'm going to be dreaming about that now. Oh well.
Just in time, someone from the prison quarters comes in with our exposition.
Yep, sure does. And thank you again, James, for the $2 dues. We are about a third of the way to the goal now. Blah, blah, blah. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the guard comes in. Guard comes in and drops a silver case with the word canaries written on the side down the table. Lister says, "What's this?" It says canary outfits and first meeting information. So Lister says he volunteered for the canaries. Some bloke came down the machine shop, so I signed up. And Rimmer says the canaries. And Lister says, yeah, you know, a bit of close part harmony. You should see the list of privileges you get. Unbelievable. Says, you don't know what the canaries are, do you? He goes, of course I do. A singing group, a cappella. You know, you are the sunshine of my life. Ooh, that's why I'll always be. And then he looks at Rimmer and because they're nothing to do with singing, are they? Holly lied to me, didn't he? He goes, uh-huh. So he was taking the smeg. He goes, oh, listy. And of course, you can see where this is going immediately because any time that Rimmer gets arrogant for even a second, he's about to get massively felted. So
good.
So here we go. He goes, well, go on then. What have I signed up for? And Rimmer tells him, well, in the 19th century, when miners went down a pit, they would lower a canary down first to see if the atmosphere was noxious. And if he goes, if it was, guess what the canary did? And Lister says, complain to the foreman. He goes, it died, Listy. The canary's job was to go down into the most dangerous, unpleasant, and smeggy situations and see if it could stay alive. Then they'd know if it was safe to send in the important people. So Lister complains again. Rimmer can't believe he's never heard of the canaries. They've got recruitment posters all over the men's bogs. How come you've not seen them? He says, when I'm in the men's toilets in prison, Rimmer, I tend not to look around. You know what I'm saying? He says, like playing golf. I concentrate on my grip, keep my eye on the ball, and try not to veer off to the side. So yeah, Lister Rimmer's still laughing at him. He says, the canaries. You know, they say it's supposed to stand for convicts army, nearly all retarded, inbred red evil sheepshaggers. Inbred evil sheepshaggers, not inbred red. What's that? Yeah, convicts army, nearly all retarded, inbred evil sheepshaggers. Canaries. Says they haven't got an X chromosome to share between the lot of them. Says, oh, Smeg, it gets worse as well. Rimmer's laughing his ass off. He goes, oh yeah, worse, go on. Says, I've signed you up too.
I know it's so Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolute classic. And the delivery, it's a perfect scene.
Yeah,
I love it. It's a perfect scene.
Yeah, but like I was, and to what I was saying earlier, though, we now have dynamics for this season. We are going to have just as much capacity for adventures and all this kind of stuff, and it's not just dudes stuck in a room anymore. You know, it's.
By the way, Helzo, you bloody legend! For 5, Says boobers for the win. That's right, baby. Boobers for the win. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate you. Yeah, buddy. That's right. We only need to. Well, we're about 40%, and we just need the rest to booby boobs. All right then. So yeah, Reese, he signed up Rimmer as well. Says forged your signature. Thought I was doing you a favor. Says me. Why? Says, I've signed us all up. Creighton, Chris, everyone. He goes, no way am I becoming a canary. But soon enough, they are in the tank. Standing.
Here
I like
we
these
are
two.
with like a kind of a like series 3-ish callback where Rimmer's got a slightly different uniform to everyone else.
Yeah. Interesting.
I guess they've elected him the leader of their little segment because he was a second technician, but I don't know.
Probably.
But no, it can't be that because Kachansky's there.
Oh yeah.
Right, but I think it's it looks similar to the old Hollow suit to a degree.
Quilted,
but, and everyone here, they have slight variations. They're similar, but you know, like there's
they're all a little bit different, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, for Crichton, all he has is just the vest and the gloves, obviously. You know, and even with all the other extras as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
excuse me.
I really do like I do like these costumes that they've got for everybody involved in this. They're really quite nice.
Yeah. They're pretty good.
Yeah, and later on when I don't think it's a spoiler, when they're wearing the backpacks, those are Oakley brand backpacks. Which, you know, that's what my sunglasses are. The size immediately, and I remembered it from back in the day when those actually used to be available. They're like nearly $200 though to get those bags. So way too expensive to buy, but for a show like this, it's great.
Cool.
A few moments
later.
All right.
So yeah, it's all good. Anyway, so we've got Ackerman is back. He says it's a great honor for floor 13. For today, we are visited by Captain Hollister, who has a special assignment. And Kill Crazy, who you haven't necessarily seen, the guy on the far right there.
Yeah.
He's a new character. They literally just call him Kill Crazy.
Yeah, he's got Beavis in it.
And he screams, he goes, last some action. I've been going mental all this time, cooped up, not killing nothing. Yes. Warden Knott says, Kill Crazy, shut up, you punk. There he is. Hollister arrives. He says, okay, listen up. We've located a ship, the SSS Silverberg, buried at the bottom of an ocean moon. A remote probe has come back with no signs of the crew, no bodily remains, no skeletons, zip. We want you guys to go on board and find out why. And then Rimmer immediately steps forward, faces the Canaries, and conducts 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. And they all start singing, you are the sunshine of my life. That's what I'll always be, you know. And Rimmer then turns and says, sorry, sir, we seem to have wandered into the wrong hobby room. We'll leave immediately, sir. But it's far too late now. Ackerman says, you're here, and this is where you'll stay.
I love how this is like hobby room.
Yeah, I know. I think it's meant to be hobby group, actually.
Yeah,
maybe got it wrong. But Rimmer, he says, you're here and you'll stay here. He goes, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Says, you heard what the warden says, so let's get on with it. And bang, they all start singing again. As Hollister shouts, Rimmer! Sorry, sir. When you said get on with it, I thought you meant Ackerman says, shut up.
Be a man!
You're a canary man. A member of the toughest convict army this side of Pluto. I've seen custard factories that aren't as yellow as you are. Now start behaving like a man. He goes,
which is ironic because he's the only one not wearing a yellow jacket.
Yeah. Rimmer says, a man, sir. Yes, of course, sir. A man. A man. Perhaps you could remind me, sir. I'm sure it'll all come back. And then Warden Knott walks over and you can hear just this horrible crunching sound as it implies that Knot is grabbing Rimmer's junk and squeezing it very, 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 very hard indeed. And it makes a bunch of noises that your junk would definitely not make if someone was squeezing it. In fact, I dare say it doesn't make any sound if someone were to do that. Not that I've ever had anyone, harass my junk that much. But if I did, I don't think it would make a sound.
No, but it's funny. But to your point, also that you mentioned, Rhoda, there is a story structural reason for another thing on why he needs to have the jacket, which we'll get into in a minute. I'm not going to ruin.
He has to give it away.
But there's also the idea that everybody else also has these jackets. They're just not wearing them. But Rimmer, being Rimmer, he's wearing the full regalia because he's Rimmer.
I kind of thought that was the reason as well, actually.
Yeah.
But there you go. Funny that you call it regalia as well, by the way, because it is, of course, a suit to be worn when you are going to almost certain death. It's not much regal about it, but hey, whatever. Anyway, Hollis says it's inconceivable a ship like this could be sent without a crew, so whatever devoured the crew, bones and all, might still be there. So be careful. And Kill Crazy screams, "Let's go kill something!" Yes! Then, having finished screaming, he just sort of stands there for a minute and then makes his way out. I love stuff like that. I love shit like that.
Like he had a nod from the crew, and he looked at the camera.
Like he realized,
now, okay.
Yeah. The first thing I ever made in college
is everybody's going, and then okay.
I said, well, I suppose I can't do it if I don't walk away. So I walk away like a normal person. Yeah. But I love shit like that where like you expect something big to happen and then nothing happens. I think that's really funny. When I was in college, the first sort of short that I ever made was just to sort of test out so that people could see what we could do already before we started, me and a mate both joined the course late, and we were basically just given a camera and told to go make something, anything we wanted. So we went and made this thing called How to Be a Superhero. It was like a short instructional video where my mate dressed up as a nerd and then was completely silent, like a silent movie, but with me doing voiceover over it. And I'm like, "Hi there, Eugene. So you want to be a superhero?" It's like, so we're trying to find ways to give him superpowers. It's like, Eugene, contrary to popular opinion, drinking nuclear waste is not going to give you superpowers. It might give you lymphoma. It's that kind of humor. But the whole way through, like I was on camera with this bowler hat and my fucking ponytail at the back as well, in a dressing gown, and I was calling myself like Professor Ingrid or something like that. And at the end of it, I literally went, Professor X Ingrid was the name, yeah. So and I'd shout, "Professor X, away!" and then just sort of sauntered off as the film ends. And I love that kind of humor. I really do. I think it's so funny when something like that, like he's like, "Yeah, let's go kill something," and they could have dissolved at that moment and had it just be a dramatic moment. But instead, you get to see it play out. Where it's like, okay, so you've done your big victory scream and you're being all amped, and you still have to walk off set with everybody else. I just think that's just funny.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
Again, that speaks to the quality of Red Dwarf, because it's not the same kind of jokes over and over.
There's all kinds.
Yeah, constant things happening, visual gags, pratfall, stuff like this, where it's just kind of like, oh, that's awkward.
It's almost like they came up with a plot first and then thought, how do we make that funny?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit like that. You might say writing.
Yeah.
But there you go. Anyway, Kill Crazy and the rest of them bugger off. They're on some submarine or something.
Yeah, which after watching the bullshit that we watched this past week,
I
was like, this is actually a great episode to cover.
Yeah, way better.
Maybe that's why you enjoyed it so much this time. Although I always thought it was a good episode, but you said you were surprised how much better it was.
No, I just always sort of forget how funny Series 8 is in general. That's just me. I just always thought that it was funny, but it wasn't as maybe as Red Dwarfish as it, because they changed so much. But then I was just a kid then. I didn't really think critically very much, And in actual hindsight, watching these again, they're just as good. They're just brilliant. They're all great. Some of the best, actually.
Yeah, I always thought so, but again, just I mean, we're the same age. Just being a kid at the time, I was just hyper excited that there were new episodes of Red Dwarf. So I think I was like, even if it was shit, I was going to enjoy it.
Yeah. By the time this series aired on TV, I'd watched the entire show. So like I was hyped, and I was like, wait, why are they prisoners now? So I just sort of, I mean, I knew why they were prisoners. I saw the episodes, but I was like, this is weird. They've changed everything. Like,
Right. I don't know. For me, since I've just been watching these, one episode after the other since we started doing this, I really find that right now, between season 7 and now this, I thought season 7 was great, but now you've got all the everything. This is the supreme version of Red Dwarf in terms of the whole really ragtag group. This is and the production budget's there. These characters are so well defined. Like, this is quintessential to me. This is the pinnacle of it.
Fair enough. Yeah. That's just great. It's good. That's why it's fun to do this with people who've never seen it and people who have, because your take is going to be different. Your experience will be different. And watching them all in sequence too, like one after another, like every week, instead of having to, wait, sometimes years for more Red Dwarf, is going to affect that as well, which is great. It's why we're doing it. It's fun.
I do have to agree with John there, though. I really do think Series 8 is one of the best.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming around to that as well. Like, it's not, again, I had no reason to think the way I did. It's just sort of the fogginess of memory. You're sort of like, Series 8 was good. Yeah, but Series 6, that really, that sort of thing. And then you watch it, you're like, I don't know what the hell I was on about. This is great, So there we go. Anyway, or maybe it's just that everything else is shit now. So everything that's even possibly funny is going to be a work of genius to me at this point, because my standards have been lowered so much.
You're not wrong. Those police flicks and stuff like that are constantly on TV, that have been on TV for like 20 years and they're still making seasons. Compared to what we're seeing now, I find them interesting now. I would never have watched them 10 years ago.
Yeah. New episodes to say something like Simpsons or American Dad. I can't watch that shit anymore because it's the exact same joke, and it's nothing but, let's do a reference to what's happening in pop culture right now, and it's so
it dates itself. Yeah. Plus, it's with The Simpsons. It's just like, hey, here's the same 15 or 20 jokes that we've been telling you for 30 years.
30 plus years.
Now with iPhones. It's like,
right.
Yeah.
Right. It's just played out. This is building. And this is just
one story, and plus distancing yourself as much as possible from reality doesn't date you ever. You can just go ahead and tell whatever fucking story you want, in which case we're going in this one to this fucking ship, and they're all sitting there kind of stoically and a little bit nervous, except for Kill Crazy, who is of course Kill Crazy. And he's going, I hope it's got like big teeth and claws and like loads of heads. Yeah, great. I love Kill Crazy. He's fucking brilliant. Anyway, they arrive, it seems. And they breach the hull of the target ship. Kill Crazy runs out.
First up.
Here we go. At last. Yeah. Bang. Hits himself in the head, knocks himself out. Everybody else just walks over him because they're just like,
this happened countless times.
They're just like, whatever, mate. I don't fucking give a fuck about this guy. They're all inmates anyway. No one cares about each other. Except our group. Anyway, so they split off into groups. Lister, Rimmer, Crichton, and the cat are present. They are moving around, and then Rimmer freaks out at the sight of something. Of course, it's a classic Rimmer move. You go, oh, what's that? What? Where? It's moving, shaking from side to side like a leaf. I think that's your shadow, sir. Kachansky enters down some stairs. She says, I've located the mainframe. Maybe it can tell us something. So they walk into the mainframe, where they are greeted by this lady, and I cannot think of her fucking name.
No, but I've seen her in so many things. Like, she was very instantly familiar. but I can't place where all I've seen her. But I've seen her in countless things.
Yeah, she's in loads and loads and loads of stuff. I always get her mixed up with someone else as well. There were sort of like 3 or 4 women of approximately this sort of age who were active at the same time with her, and like Judi Dench and people like that. Geraldine McEwen, that's her. Yeah, she's in loads of shit.
Yeah,
loads and loads
So
of
many
British TV
things, yeah.
back in the old days. Sadly gone now, unfortunately. She died 10 years ago at the age of 82. So, you know, good innings at least. Anyway, great performance. It's always just funny when Red Dwarf brings like actors of caliber on, because you don't expect it. You know, they were like a bunch of know-nothings. Now they've got a budget. They can actually pull on some guest stars occasionally.
Well, I think
They themselves are
that
not
and
now famous.
yeah, and I think sometimes.
Oh, by this point, Red Dwarf had a fucking legacy. Yeah.
Yeah. People like to be a part of something that's just hilarious from time to time. They can kind of
True.
like break from those other things that they do and just go have some fun.
Exactly. Mind you, in the meantime, between Series 7 and Series 8, Red Dwarf Night happened on BBC.
Yeah.
Where they did all those like behind the scenes things and funny little they did like smeg ups and they had Can't Smeg Won't Smeg, where they were trying to cook with Ainsley Harriott, and it turns into a complete shit show. Universe Challenge. Yeah, they did like a fans versus cast you know, how much do you know about Red Dwarf kind of thing. It's really good, really great. It's 3 hours of solid fucking TV, ending with them showing Gunman of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, I'm going to watch all those special materials.
I've got them. I've managed to track them down. I've got them on my computer.
I was going to say
I think I've got them on VHS in the loft that I taped on the day.
Oh, I've definitely got a VHS that I recorded of it. It's been watched to death.
My appropriation site that I acquire everything from has all of it too. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to getting to them when we can.
It's worth everything on it is worth watching.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There it is.
Even the A to Z of Red Dwarf.
Yeah, it's really good. It's 2 hours and 27 minutes long. Red Dwarf Night. It's all as one video file.
Funny thing.
Pretty sure I got it from archive, Internet Archive. Pretty sure. But anyway,
it was on a Friday or a Saturday night, and I used to stay with my dad at the weekends, so I asked to watch it, and my dad was like, "Oh, I didn't know you like Red Dwarf," and he'd heard of it. He wasn't sure what it was, but he said, "Yeah, okay, we can watch that," and he watched it with me, and he absolutely fucking loved it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think I watched it with my old man actually. If I didn't watch it when it was actually live, then I definitely watched the recording. I mean, I watched it to death. So my old man definitely saw it with me, and we laughed our heads off at it. Anyway, yeah, just these one-shot specials that no one ever saw again. It's really random, but it's great. Anyway, there we go. So they get to the mainframe, and they discover the computer on the ship is called Cassandra. And she says, "My name is Cassandra. I'm a computer with the ability to predict the future with an accuracy rating of 100%. Bless you." And Rimmer says, "Bless you? What do you mean, bless you?" Then he sneezes. he says that we've got this kind of joke. I love this kind of humor. They've done it before, but not like this. This is great.
Yeah.
She says, "You need a tissue. Chris has one in her left-hand pocket." She says, "Would you like this?" And you say, "Thanks." She says, "Would you like this?" He says, "Thanks." Because Cassandra says, "Extraordinary." And then Crichton says, "Extraordinary." Cassandra says, "The questions we can ask, it can tell us our future." Kachansky, "The questions we can ask, it can tell us our future." "But how does it work? The future's not happened yet." "But how does it work?" Oh, wait, no, Lister says,
I'm not going to
say that. She says, "I never said you would." But then he goes, "But how does it work? The future's not happened yet."
And yet you do.
And Lister just goes, "Smeg." So they start asking questions. Lister says, "Okay, do we ever get back to Earth? Has the human race survived?" Kat says, "Do I ever find my singing tie pin?" Kachansky says, "But do we want to know all this stuff about our future? Do we want to know, for example, how and when we die?" Rimmer says, "Chris is right. Something like that could mess your life up forever." Cassandra, I have a question. She says, I know, Arnold, because I know the rest of this conversation. Says, so what's the answer? And she says, he chokes to death, aged 181, trying to remove a bra with his teeth. Lister says, what was the question? He says, I just asked how you died. Did you what? I didn't want to know that. Whose bra?
And Cat finally gets delighted.
Cat says, 181, probably your own.
And Lister nods like,
He's like, oh, come on then. He goes, taking a bra off with my teeth, aged 181. That's a hell of a sexy way to go. Crichton says, so long as your teeth are in your mouth at the time, sir. Lister goes, oh, I'm really screwed up now. I never wanted to know how I die. It's completely spoilt the surprise. Cassandra says, Crichton, this is where you share your theory with your crewmates. Says, I have a theory, everyone. The Silverberg didn't crash, did it, Cassandra? The ship was sent here by the Space Corps on autopilot to get rid of you, to abandon you at the bottom of the lunar sea in the depths of deep space. Cat says, that's brilliant, Bert. How'd you work that out? Says, I read it on this mission directive here.
Yeah, that's the new, or we could use the teleporter.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen to that. So there were no dead bodies on board because the ship didn't have a crew. A computer that unerringly predicts the future is a dangerous thing indeed. Is a dangerous, yes, precisely. Rimmer says, we should be making tracks. And Cassandra says, I'm afraid that's not going to happen. The bulkhead's just given way and we're shipping water 1,000 gallons a second. All the canaries will be dead within 1 hour, except for Rimmer. And he goes, yes! Who will be dead in 20 minutes. Only Lister, Crichton, the cat, and Kachansky survive. What happens to Rimmer? He has a heart attack brought on by the stress of knowing he's going to die and collapses during a conversation with me in 19 minutes and 31 seconds. Rimmer says, I don't believe you. I simply don't believe you. She says, we shall see, or rather, you should see. I have already seen. Kachansky says, all the hairs on the back of my neck are standing on end. Cat says, mine too, but not just the ones on the back of my neck. It's one up, all up. So then they're messing around in the cargo deck.
Yep.
Drinking coffee or whatever.
And
go on.
Oh no, I'll wait a second. You got a beat because this goes to what I was saying earlier.
Yeah. Okay. So Lister says, well, it's not the first time we found ourselves in a situation like this, is it? And Cat says, hell no, we drunk coffee thousands of times. We're veterans. Because future echoes, remember?
Yeah, but
future
as you can see
echoes,
now,
all right.
yeah, and this is the reason, Rhoda, that he was wearing the jacket, if for no other reason. His vest, everybody's vest has their last name
Their
on
name
it.
on it, yeah.
So that whole scene wouldn't have worked if he went in there with the
Yeah. Yes, that's true. Yes, he had to be wearing the jacket.
I
Might have just read his name.
I never picked up on that.
I think I have noticed
Well
that
done,
before, but I've never I completely forgotten it. So good point, John. Yeah, that's why he was wearing the coat so that she couldn't read his name. She also never really, as they point out, that she never referred to him as Rimmer. She only called him Arnold.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Anyway, you'd think if she were that damn clairvoyant, she wouldn't need to read a name tag, but whatever. Anyway, Kachansky asks about future echoes. Lister explains what happened. Basically, that there's causality, and once something has happened, you can't do anything to change it, which, of course, is bollocks because we have literally seen two different futures for Lister, neither of which have happened.
That, and they've
We've
effectively
watched him.
created a multiverse.
Yeah.
Of opportunity.
Exactly. So it's complete bollocks.
The Kennedy incident.
We've seen Lister younger than this marrying Kachansky, right? A different Kachansky for that matter as well. And we've also seen Lister end up as a brain in a jar, which also hasn't happened. So
we've also seen hundreds of thousands of Rimmers in orbit around a planet.
Yeah,
Millions, I
indeed.
would say.
Yeah.
That's right. What did you just say there, Helzo? I'm sorry, I kind of cut you up. I didn't hear it.
You also had the Kennedy situation where
Yeah.
they were changing
Literally.
the future
Changed history.
all the
Yeah.
time, like 5-6 times. So
Right. But
Yeah,
that's the thing
he
that I do
literally
like
changed
about this
history
episode.
and had to go back and undo that change by
Yeah.
having him shoot himself. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But that's what I mean with what they're doing is they're still using old themes and things like that, but they're incorporating it with who these characters are and their growth and how they would approach it now. And so, it's nice to actually see them come back to a causality episode that is approached by who they are at this point in time, and not completely just, they're not a fish out of water, so to speak, even though they are under the sea at the moment. Yeah.
But the other nice thing about this, of course, is that because one thing Red Dwarf does better than almost any other show, and certainly way better than a comedy show has any right to, is maintains its own continuity as best it can. For a show that fucks with its own continuity as much as it does, it never lets you forget the things that they have experienced before. So yes, they can sit around and have a conversation about future echoes. And if you've seen the episode, great. If you haven't, they'll explain it just minimally enough that you can go check it out yourself if you want to. But the other thing that's really great about it is, of course, we have a brand spanking new Rimmer who doesn't know the shit that they've seen. So they need to explain everything to him, which is a lovely, lovely way to get some exposition in there. And of course, it's all written brilliantly, as it usually is. So Lister says, well, we learned the future's already decided, you can't change it. And Rimmer says, yeah, but what do you know? You're a chicken soup machine repairman, not Hank Handsome space adventurer. Don't get ideas above your station. And your station is Git Central.
And it is funny he refers to as Hank Handsome when, of course, the optimal version of Arnold is Ace Rimmer.
Yeah. Well, that's brilliant as well. That whole line is brilliant because it reestablishes that this is OG Rimmer, who still has the same beliefs and opinions as original first series Rimmer did when he just thought of Lister as a useless chicken soup machine repairman.
Right.
Then he points out that he ain't a fucking space adventurer, but then he also has not got the intimate knowledge of the shit that Lister's seen, like fucking sirens or Rimmer's psychosis being sprayed across a planet and manifested in physical form in terraform. They experienced this. He hasn't experienced this, so he thinks Lister is just Lister as he was. Still,
right. Even though there is an actual character shift that you can track through season, ever since he got involved with Kachansky being a possibility in his life again, he is not as slovenly, and there's no stains. He actually keeps.
Well, he doesn't have choice what he's wearing anymore.
Right, right. Well, there is that aspect of it too. But even still, though, people even in county jail, people can be pretty slovenly. But that's what I'm saying.
Sure,
there is some growth.
Yeah, these are brand new uniforms. Give it time,
Right. Well, true enough. But it is just kind of one of those things where, Lister is highly capable now, and so that's the whole thing about them actually being the Canaries. This is actually a better situation for them than if they were just sitting around just being vending machine repairmen and trying to figure out a way to have Crichton and Cat occupy positions in the ship. The way they set this up with that 3-episode arc, this is brilliant.
Yep. Sure is. And of course, Lister corrects Rimmer immediately. He says, hey, I've been surviving in space 5-6 years. When it comes to weirdy, paradoxy, spacey stuff, I've bought the t-shirt.
Yeah.
And Crichton says, he bought it and I ironed it for him. Says exactly. So Rimmer says, saying the future's the future, and like your underpants, the chances of change are remote. Well, I'm afraid I don't accept it. Lister says, hey, I'm not happy about it, man. Cat says, none of us are. You dying is the last thing we want, especially me. Hell, I'll probably have to help dig the hole. Rimmer says, right. So to summarize, 6 years of space adventuring, 6 years of experience. You see, 6 years. It was never established that it was that long, but I'm actually glad that they did because it makes more sense. 6 years of experience and knowledge have led you to the conclusion that I'm totally stuffed. Crichton says, Mr. Rimmer has a point, sir. Your greater knowledge is making you pessimistic, while his ignorance and almost dolt-like naivete is keeping his mind receptive to a possible solution. Lister says, shut your stupid flat head, you. So listen, Kachansky says, so you're saying that when you don't know enough to know that you don't know enough, there's no fear holding you back. You can achieve things which people with more brains can't.
Yeah.
And Crichton says, precisely. She says he's got the power of ignorance.
Yeah.
And Crichton says, and with the ignorance he's got, that makes him one of the most powerful men who ever lived.
That's right. It's like they say, you know, the worst thing about stupid people is stupid people don't realize how stupid they are. Yeah. So, yeah.
He goes, harness your stupidity, sir. Employ your witlessness. Use your empty-headed, simplistic moron mind and find a solution. Once again, Crichton just roasting the shit out of Rimmer in this sort of stealth way, a bit like Justice.
Yeah.
And then Rimmer actually says, you know what? Yeah, all right. Actually, I've got an idea. Says, replay our meeting with Cassandra in your CPU and tell me if at any point anyone ever called me Rimmer. And it turns out that no one actually called him Rimmer at any point. So he says, Rimmer says, Cassandra said Rimmer dies, but it doesn't necessarily follow that means me. Listen, who does it mean then? Your dad. Says Cassandra doesn't know the future. She sees pictures of it. She could have seen some other guy die of a heart attack. Someone that she's been told is called Rimmer. Kachansky says he's right. He says, all I've got to do is find someone I can introduce to Cassandra as Rimmer, which he points to the name on his shirt, on his jacket. He goes, and it'll be them that stiffs out and not me. Bastard. You know,
which Crichton comments on. It's conniving.
Yeah. He goes, such low life conniving. It's impossible not to be impressed. What I wouldn't give to have your weasel gene, sir. And then anyway, Knott walks in. Mr. Knott, the warden, says, you make this area secure. Says, yes, sir, Mr. Knott, sir. Coffee, sir? And then he proceeds to spill the coffee all over Knott, who grabs him. Goes, you bloody idiot, what are you doing? Says, oh, please, sir, have my jacket. I insist. So he takes his jacket and puts it on Knott. And he goes, a perfect fit, sir.
Batman in a little coat.
Yeah. He says, lead the way, Rimmer, to the mainframe. He says, don't call me Rimmer. He goes, that's your name. He goes, yes, but Rimmer, it's so full of nobility and quiet courage. Call me Arsewipe or Fish Breath, but not Rimmer, sir. Never Rimmer, sir. Right. He says, all right, Arsewipe, whatever you say. Now, where's the mainframe? So they head off. He goes, I've brought you a visitor, Cassandra. Do you know his name? She says, yes, I do. Not. And Rimmer says, what? She says, not. And he goes, not? She says, let me finish. Not that it matters what his name is. I mean, our relationship doesn't last very long. Very good. Says, I understand you have the ability to predict the future. Yes, I do. 100% reliable. Well, yes. He goes, what happens to me? Do I get back to Earth? She says, no, you die in about 4 seconds' time of a heart attack after hearing the news that you're going to die of a heart attack. He goes, you filthy, and then immediately clutches his chest and dies. Literally falls onto the floor.
Yep.
She says, poor Rimmer. And Rimmer says, yes, poor old Rimmer. And Knott goes, my name is Knott. He goes, your name is not what? He goes, not. And then dies. And Rimmer goes, is he dead now? She says, I'm afraid so. Rimmer says, yes. She says, he died of a massive coronary just as I prophesied.
Yeah.
Yes!
And the thing I love here about Cassandra is she has a level like much like Rimmer. Her smugness is palpable, like just her just self-satisfaction with always being right and all this kind of stuff is so on point. But speaking of canaries, looks like we got one in the chat.
Yay! We got a yellow boy from Smegheads. Thank you very much. Says Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all. And Merry Christmas to you. Indeed. Says, also step up to red alert. Sir, are you absolutely sure it does mean changing the bulb? All the best, Smeggers. Thank you very much.
He's a smeg. He's a smeg. He's a smeg. Hey.
And now we are.
Thank you very much. We are almost halfway to the goal.
Yeah, we're basically a mere red alert away from decking the halls.
Well, yeah, we're at like halfway almost. So. Deck the halls is when we get the goal. Deck the hose.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, you never know. Someone might. Whoa! All right, well, that's that then.
Juicy boobas.
T-Gap Steve has gifted 20. One of the fans' memberships. 20 for the Grift Force, 20 for the princesses. Thank you.
Let's go, Grift Force! Doing it for the princesses!
Now, do I play the actual Christmas boobas now or at the end?
I think we can wait. We can wait till the end.
All right, at the end then.
But you know what? You can play for 20 because it is 20.
I can play for 20. I can do that. Yes.
I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious hunkers. A real setup of donkers. Packing some Doban hunkeros. Massive da hunka bankaloos. Big old Tanhangera cougars. What happens next? Transfer student shows up one day with even bigger Bankhanaga hoogs. Humongous hungalamga no logangas.
Steve, you bloody legend. Rhoda with another 5 for the Grift Force. Whoa, fucking hell. Let's
go, Grift Force! Doing it for the princesses!
Nice.
Hey, look at you guys. You fucking legends. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all. And of course, that also is the 3rd time we've hit the goal. So we are only 1 away now from Jackbox. So thank you, everybody. Big love. Much appreciated. You goddamn legends. So anyway, Kachansky, fuck, keep doing that. Cassandra notices that Rimmer is very pleased that he hasn't died and that Not has. It says, "You seem inordinately happy, Arnold, but why? You're going to die too."
She reminds him.
Huh? Yeah, he's like, "Wait, what? But you said I just changed it. I'm going to die too." She says, "I already told you. Rimmer dies of a heart attack, and then you and all the other canaries die too. All except Lister, Crichton, Kachansky, and the cat. I've seen it." He says, "Well, that's as well as maybe." And he goes, "But have you seen this?"
I love that. As he like walks off, like a response to it, it's just so fucking great, deadpan.
Yeah.
Just
fuck off. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate you guys. Yeah. Have you seen this? Just fuck you.
That's like the perfect response. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's his maybe. But have you seen this? and then as he buggers off, she says, "Yes, I'm afraid I have." It is so Rimmer. The only thing more Rimmer than that is what he does in the last episode of this series, which doesn't make any sense and fucks the continuity, but it's still very funny, even though it's never been resolved. But whatever, we'll get there. Only the good die young. Anyway, back in the main sort of corridor area, they're all discussing what's going on, and Rimmer basically is now telling them that there is nothing he can do. According to Cassandra, the future's decided, and Crichton says, "Yes, we four survived. Therefore, while we're here, we cannot die. Regard." He then holds a gun to his head and pulls the trigger, and it fails to fire. He tries to shoot Kachansky, he tries to shoot the cat, he tries to shoot Lister, and not once does the bullet fire. And then he points the gun at Rimmer and says, "Duck, sir." Bang! And then you get an amusing shot of them all reacting as the bullet ricochets around the corridor, and then bounces back. He says, "Duck again, sir." So yes, he has to duck a second time as the bullet whizzes past yet again and then disappears.
Which is one thing that's really interesting about this scene is because it's an absolute sorry. It's an absolute opposite of what a lot of the show has been like for the past 7 series. It's gone from Rimmer being the only one who's invulnerable to Rimmer being the only one who's vulnerable.
Right.
Yeah, in this scene, yeah.
Yeah, the other great thing too about the scene too is it's not a revolver. It's actually an automatic. So like there's every reason why it shouldn't have, taken 5 shots to fire.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course, it's a bolt gun or something.
Yep.
So yeah, it is literally supposedly impossible for that to happen, but it has happened because they can't die.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, once again they duck as the bullet whizzes past one more time, and Crichton says, "Just as I thought." So Cat says, "So in other words, if I..." And then he smacks Lister on the back of the head with the handle of his axe, and the wood breaks in 2. He goes, "What was that for?" He goes, "You can't die." He goes, "Yeah, but I can still feel pain, you smegger." It's just the same as when the cat was in Justice World with the big fucking shovel as well. Except
And
this time it
again,
actually worked.
Just the versatility of comedy that now they've got like a physical kind of just thing that happens. This show is
We're getting some slapstick in there too. It's good.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's a when it comes to comedy, they've got a complete mastery of all the different types and styles and ways, from wordplay to stupid deadpan to slapstick. It does it all. Effortless.
Absurdist insanity and
real off the wall, crazy, farcical shit. Yeah, that's where you can have it. You can get puns, and you can also get stupid giant bug monsters that make out with Lister.
And then there's these things that actually have these overarching setups that you have to kind of think about, and it literally sometimes it takes second viewing to even fully, oh shit, they actually did set that up, and it's genius. Quality.
Bye, thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so there we go. Anyway, the next bit is really just sort of chatting. And they're all decided that they're going to surround Rimmer as they maneuver so that he can't
security
die.
Detail.
Yeah, literally, they're like completely like zero distance between them, surrounding him and forming a human shield.
Yep.
And as they arrive at the diving bell, they suddenly realize that Rimmer has disappeared. He actually fell down a hole.
Did he circle around the Rimmer?
Indeed. Rufus is watching on X, says Alphabetty Spaghetti, buddy. Alphabetty Spaghetti!
Alphabetty Spaghetti!
Never going to get over the fact that he shouldn't be able to do that to Rimmer. But well, whatever. It's better in the book. In the Better Than Life book, I think Polymorph's in that. And in that, the polymorph literally just accesses the hologram projection suite and fucks with Rimmer that way.
Gotcha.
But anyway, whatever. So he's fallen down the hole, and Kachansky goes down to help him, and now they're separated and kind of stuck. But there's water coming too, so they need to hide from the water. Meanwhile, the others all head wherever they head, up the stairs or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's right. Yeah, Lister's saying, "Oh, this is before the water." I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So they all have to run and hide basically, and
because they're getting ready to just come up, but then they hear the water. Crichton mentions the water sound, and then he's like, "You guys need to find a place to hide. The water's coming."
That's it. So Rimmer and Kachansky is separated from everybody else.
Yep.
And so they don't know what to do, so they return to Cassandra, who says, "You tried to cheat the future and failed, as I knew you would." So Rimmer says, "So what happens now? How do I die?" And oh no, Kachansky's not there, is she?
No. She stayed back in the room. They went into.
It's important that she's not there.
Bulkhead kind of thing, yeah.
So Cassandra says, tells Rimmer how he dies. She says, "Lister catches you making love to Kachansky and shoots you through the head with a harpoon gun." He goes, "Can you just double check that?" She says, I've seen it. It's what happens in the old laundry room. And Rimmer says, so let me just repeat what you're saying. Arnold, that's me. And Kachansky, that's the woman, the really attractive one you saw earlier. Me and her were in bed, giving it Riz, when Lister, the short, dumpy one with the stupid haircut, walks in and shoots me through the head while I'm making love with Kachansky. He says, that is what's going to happen. Rimmer says, fantastic!
Which, hey, man, if you're going to die, unavoidable.
That's the way to go. That is the way to go.
That's right.
Indeed.
Especially in Rimmer's perspective of the situation.
That's it. And so there we have it. Now they're in the laundry room. There's a bed on the floor, and Kachansky's there, and
jumping up and down.
He's bouncing up and down on it, all excited, of course. And she says, I can't believe what you're telling me. He says, I can scarcely believe it myself. I mean, obviously, you're incredibly attractive, but I never thought you'd look at me twice. She says, neither did I. He goes, but apparently we're going to make love. Unbesmegging leavable or what? It's not warm in here. Fancy a wee nib? She says, no, pours himself a drink. She says, but why would I want to sleep with you? It doesn't make sense. He goes, maybe you get blind drunk. She says, well, that doesn't excuse my other 4 senses. He says, right, barely an hour to go. Should we get started? I mean, let's face it, you can't change the future, sadly.
Sadly, yeah, I think he's accepted at this point in time.
I know, yeah, because it worked out. She says, but you said you could. He says, yeah, I've changed my mind now. She says, well, look, are you sure you wouldn't prefer to play the opera game instead? He says, Chris, it's what Cassandra saw. You can't cheat fate. She says, well, you just watch me, because there's no way on earth I'm climbing out of my clothes and clambering into that bed. And then immediately the pipe bursts as Rimmer turns on a tap. Not that he's doing it on purpose. It just coincidentally. No. He turns on the tap, and a pipe next to Kachansky bursts, showering her with jets of water. So she is, of course, now totally soaked, or at least her clothes are. She says, my clothes are soaking. Rimmer says, why don't you take them off and put them on the heater? So she walks over, wraps herself in a sheet, grabs his glass, and takes a wee nip. And she says, it's coming true. It's all coming true. He says, it's coming true. It's all coming true. Yes, indeed.
Rimmer is off the charts. This is so fucking great.
Yeah, indeed. So, Kill Crazy is still semi-conscious. He lies on the floor groaning, and Lister, Crichton, and Cat are there as well, but trying to put on a pair of goggles. Cat says, Bud, you can't go back there. Lister says, Cassandra says Chris survives. The only way that's going to happen is if someone goes back there and saves her. Chuck us that harpoon gun, will you?
It's got a cork on the top of it.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, back in the old laundry room, Kachansky is now naked in bed, except for the sheet, unfortunately. And Rimmer is wearing a t-shirt and boxer shorts. She looks very distraught, and he is singing some kind of rumba to himself. Like, you know. She says, I'm not sure about this. This is the first time I've ever been seduced by predeterminism theories. Rimmer says, 1 hour exactly. And then she's not having anything to do with it. And he starts trying to kiss her. And then Lister walks in. And he's a bit early, apparently. Rimmer says, oh, bloody buggering hell. Tonight must be the night they put the clocks forwards. Lister goes, I've got it. Rimmer says, that's more than I did. Says, I've got it all out. Rimmer says,
that's a great slide joke.
20 seconds later, and you could have been on top, and I could have used you as a human shield. She says, I must have been mad. What the hell was I thinking? I felt sorry for you. Lister says, look, will you shut up and listen to me? She says, no, and why aren't you mad that I'm in bed with him? Oh, interested are you, Kachansky, huh?
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Still that's right. There. Lister says, because I know why you're in bed with him, and I also know that I don't kill him. Oh, but Cassandra promised, she says. which is great. Anyway, there you go. Says Cassandra made that up to force you together so you'd feel sorry for him and hopefully end up sleeping with him. Says, so why'd she say she saw it happen? To try and make it happen. Why? To try and punish me. Punish you, why? Because Cassandra knows and has always known how she dies. She's trying to make me suffer now for something I'm destined to do in the future. Rimmer says, you kill her, don't you? That's why she hates you, because she knows you're going to kill her. Lister says, that's what this whole thing is about. Crichton figured it out. Crichton figured it out, did he? Good old Crichton. But did he really have to figure it out quite so damn fast? Would it have killed him to take 30 minutes longer? 10 minutes even. 2 would have done. Indeed. Well, she is a very nice looking lady. Or at least she was when she was in her 20s. Anyway, Lister says, I'm going to take care of the rest of it now. I'll see you two lovebirds later. Anyway, Rimmer says to Kachansky, and actually is kind of nice for once. He says, look, thanks for being with me tonight. Can't think of anyone I'd rather spend my final hour with than you. I'm not all bad. Sometimes I'm quite sweet and sensitive.
Yeah.
And she says, bye. And then he goes, by the way, is it okay if I keep these?
Right. Which she's got some lacy underwear.
Yeah, she's wearing like lacy French knickers or whatever.
Yeah,
in
which
prison.
is, interesting choice. But also the thing that I enjoy
Not
about
complaining.
this too, is they are kind of speed running this Rimmer to getting up to where like there's the actual dynamicism of who we've known him to be, which is also really, really cool because he's not as much of a pain in the ass as what would have been him is, understanding.
Well, I mean,
he's
he's not got that pomposity because he knows his career's fucked and he was trying to escape
And
the
so-
scam.
Right. And so there's already been some kind of break in that, form of
Exactly. So
self-hypnosis
as opposed to
programming.
being regenerated as a hologram and going, that's because I'm dead as a can of spam.
Right, right.
Now he's like he's alive. Yeah, he's in prison, but it's because he chose to go with them. It's not like the original Rimmer who was brought back against his will to be forced to be alive, even though he's dead, just to keep Lister sane.
Right. And
You know,
Well, I mean, he would have been in prison anyway, even if he didn't choose to go with them.
Well, but that's
True, that's right, yeah. But at least, crucially for him, though, he had chosen to go with them, so he can't really complain about them as much.
Right. And when he made that choice, even though he scoffed at it and said, friends are for poor people, basically.
Yeah.
He does actually have a group of people that he's connected to in a way that he would not have had.
Never would have had, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are
already his
like I
life is
say,
getting better.
we are actually getting a better version of Rimmer in terms of just what his life, opportunities are just in this even limited time frame. And you can even put him in jail and he's still actually, there's people who actually don't mind talking to him and will actually, conspire to do all this weird, crazy shit. And, so this, I enjoy this because you could still see the aspect of this is not the same Rimmer that we knew through all those other seasons, but there is like an element in there that you can actually work with to get him to even maybe a better version to some degree,
Yep. That's the line, of course, the immortal line, Holly. Half of those words are to me telling him to smeg off. The other half is him putting me on report for telling him to smeg off.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Anyway, there we go. So now Rimmer, of course, just as he's almost had a moment of being a reasonable, normal, nice person, throws himself under the bus by asking Kaczynski if he can keep her knickers.
And his face when he does that is just like,
oh yeah, it's pure Chris Barry brilliance in it.
Like a 14-year-old,
proper pleased with himself.
Yeah.
So anyway, we arrive at the final scene. Lister is now off to confront Cassandra, and he's nicked their whiskey. So okay,
yeah, he did that while the whole exchange was happening. While they were laid in the bed.
So he says to Cassandra, he says, "If the future's all worked out, horoscopes and all that stuff, it means we're not responsible for anything we do. It means we're just actors saying lines in a script written by somebody else. I don't want to believe that. I want to believe I'm in charge of my own life, my own destiny. So I'm not going to kill you, Cassandra. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But you do kill. Sorry, go on, guys.
Well, I was going to say the way that he's fractured reality before to undo these things. You can kind of see his, his willingness to actually carry out.
I mean, he did irrevocably change the flow of history and doom everybody to not even having a space corps because he wanted a curry.
Right.
So there's that too. Helzo, you said something there, didn't you, mate?
I just said a fourth wall break.
Oh yeah, I like that. He's an actor writing, reading lines from scripts written by somebody else. Always funny when someone says that on the TV show, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there we go. Anyway, yeah, he did. Yeah, and I think at this point, this is when Craig Charles started doing more acting besides just Lister. I don't think he was on Coronation Street just yet, but he certainly he was hosting Robot Wars at that point. So
yeah,
because that's when Robot Wars took off and became the big thing. Fucking missed that show. It was great.
It was.
Yeah. Did you guys have Robot Wars in America?
Yeah, we did.
They had their own version.
Yeah. We've actually had a couple versions of it.
Who was the host?
God, I can't remember. Because there was the one that was in the 90s, and then they did it again 5-10 years ago.
We had Jeremy Clarkson, and then we had Craig Charles.
Was it really Clarkson first? I don't remember that.
Yeah, Jeremy Clarkson was the original host of Robot Wars.
I know.
Really?
I know
BattleBots. Yeah.
The first time around, one of the guys who was in MythBusters did a lot of the bot builds, but he was on one of the actual teams. He wasn't hosting it. I can't remember exactly who the hosts were, but yeah, we've had a version of it a couple times here.
Yeah, you're right. It was Jeremy Clarkson.
And we have Philippa Forrester from Tomorrow's World was the pit girl.
Yeah.
Grant was
yeah, she was a good looking lady back then. Don't know what she looks like now. Not bad, I'm sure.
No idea.
For an old bird. Anyway, BattleBots, yes. If you don't know, Robot Wars was a series on TV for several years at the turn of the millennium, and then again in the 20-teens for a couple of years, where people would build robots literally out of whatever they had. It was basically just people tinkering around in their garages, putting engines, and then of course they would put weapons on them, so they'd have axes or fucking chainsaws and stuff. It was really cool. And then they would battle each other in an arena, and they also had the house robots, which were really fucking big bastards, especially Matilda.
I remember Matilda.
Matilda had a chainsaw for a tail. It was like a rhino.
Yeah. Our version also had pit hazards and things like that, where they could force them to
pits of fire around the side, spike traps, and
Rufus is quite correctly pointing out in chat the American version was called BattleBots.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that those shows spawned an entire generation of engineers.
Oh, that's right. Kevin from G4 was the host. And what I was saying, Grant Imahara, one of the guys who was on MythBusters, that's where he really started doing stuff.
Oh, it was Kevin Pereira, huh? Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, they're the same thing, basically, just different names.
Yep.
There was one time that somebody entered a robot on Robot Wars while Craig Charles was hosting that was based on a scutter, and he just did the 4-4 finger, and he just said, I wonder what a scutter is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good shit, man. I remember that show. I really liked it.
I loved it.
Yeah, we need more shit like that now. But of course, you won't get that now because it's too masculine.
Right.
Yeah, it's dangerous, problematic.
Yeah, men with weapons. Ooh.
Despite the fact that plenty of and not even ugly women entered.
Yeah, tons. They loved it too. They got off on it, I think. But the real truth is, though, everybody knew there was one way you could easily win, and that was just to have any kind of thing that, like a pallet, that can flip. And that's it. You're done.
The only thing you need is a stream hack.
Yeah, the one that did really well over here stateside was a ramp bot that would
exactly.
Same over here.
control
There
everything.
was
and-
one called
built
Chaos
that,
2 that was fucking unbeatable. It would even attack the house robots.
The other
it was
thing was the
badass.
shock, like the shock function, because it basically short wired most bots immediately
I
and
think
just
that was
shocked them
illegal in
to
R1, wasn't it?
send them flying somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah, there was,
I thought
there
you
was
said shock. Sorry.
somebody brought a robot in. Yeah, I remember, and it looked like it weren't much, but it was basically just a triangle.
Mhm.
It could roll on all sides, so it could reassert itself if it got flipped or anything. It had like wheels going all the way back through it, and then there was Tornado as well, the one that had has a really thin body and the wheels were bigger, so if it got flipped, it could still be driven. And it had a paddle that would go boink, like, and that was it. You could fucking get that thing. If it got under you, you were going on your back and you were staying there. It was fucking great. It like I remember it because it smashed the shit out of like the house robots and put like Sir Kill-A-Lot in a pit. I was just like, this thing's unstoppable.
Sir Kill-A-Lot, that's what I was looking for. I knew it was something a lot.
Sir Kill-A-Lot, yeah. Anyway, when we do get to doing Spaced, there's an episode of Spaced where Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's characters build a robot and participate in Robot Wars, but they get into a fight with these two rival guys who are also building a robot, and they end up having like an underground robot battle club, which is basically Fight Club.
Fight Club
but for robots. Yeah.
Don't talk about.
I really don't know Spaced very well, which is quite strange because I quite like Simon Pegg.
We'll go through it after Red Dwarf.
I thought
be
we
a
were
nice
doing
way to-
Futurama after Red Dwarf.
No.
But then we also said we might do Space because it's only 13 episodes.
Right. We had this conversation before, Rhoda.
I mean, whatever you like.
Yeah, because I remember specifically saying you want to have a sorbet, you want to have something that's palate because Futurama, that is a longer.
That's a big can of worms to get into, you know. That's a lot of episodes. We could do that afterwards, but I thought, we'll just do a quick one in the meantime. But anyway, let's continue with the episode, shall we? Because it's about to end. Anyway, Lister says he ain't going to kill Cassandra because he doesn't want to be controlled by destiny. So he says he's going to choose his own life, his own destiny. He's not going to kill her. He says, I'm out of here. She says, but you do kill me. I've seen it. He goes, tomorrow's a new day, a fresh page in a book that's not been written yet. What happens in the future is up to me, not some predetermined destiny smeg. Says, I'll see you, kidder. He has some chewing gum, which he takes out and sticks to the wall.
But not very well.
Unfortunately, I'm pretty much going to have to play this because otherwise you won't get it. It accidentally creates kind of a Rube Goldberg machine that the gum falls and lands on this. I don't even know what it is. It's basically
a lamp.
It's a lamp. Yeah.
Well, the
It's a
first thing it
fucking
lands
balloon
on
arm.
is it lands on the swing arm of what's effectively like a microphone stand or a.
Yeah,
or a
I just
lamp.
don't know why it's in here.
Well, I'm assuming
why is the
it's
fan
you know
in
what,
there?
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's one of those lamps that you can actually have. It's a desk lamp that has a fluorescent tube in it, so
Ah.
it's for reading documents.
In a
Why
ship
is
with
it
no
there?
crew.
Yeah, and a fan.
Anyway, whatever. The force of the chewing gum hitting it is enough to destabilize this wonky fucker. So it falls, and as it does, the bottom of the whatever it is hits a switch, which turns on the electric fan, which rotates and blows the gum across the room into the whiskey, which falls over onto this panel and drips down into the plug, which is so stupid that like Cassandra is like this super advanced futuristic computer and they just need to plug it into a wall to make it work, you know? And then if that's the case, why didn't they just unplug it? Why did they sentence her to this fucking fate on this ship? You know, whatever. Anyway,
Because the whole thing about this is Cassandra is a sleight of hand magician. She is, you know, this is all parlor tricks. And in doing that, she set up her because she's the one who believes in predeterminism. She's the one who wants, you know, like, so she confined herself to this whole weird situation through the power of hypnotic suggestion.
There it is.
At least that's my way of reading it.
I think you're right. Yeah. Anyway, the plug, of course, immediately sparks, catches fire, and the whole thing explodes, killing Cassandra.
Yeah.
Of course. And she looks at him kind of like she looks at him like, I told you so. You know?
Yeah, which is funny because like she's partially, pleased with herself, but also she's also pissed off because she knows
she's about to die. Yeah. So she sort of goes,
if she's lived for that long, she's probably also slightly relieved.
To a callback to last week, she's
the thing is, she's presumably been here for millions of years.
Right.
Yeah.
But she has a moment of ambivalence. She's feeling two things at once.
Yep.
Yeah. Because she's actually had interaction with other life forms for the first time in fucking 3 million years.
That's it. So that's it. She explodes. The whole thing explodes, and Lister simply says, "Smeg," and walks off. Cue credits. And there you go. That's episode 4. Cassandra. Done and done. Very good. Very funny. Very silly. But also just really done very, very well. Right up to the whole Rimmer might get to shag Kachansky bit, What do you guys think?
Like I said earlier, I love where the series has arrived at and the possibilities for where it's going. The shift in the dynamics of being back on the original ship, but in an entirely new and different way, in a way that actually takes advantage of who these characters have grown to be. This is phenomenal awesomeness, because all the weird misadventures that they've gotten into are ever present going forward, and and it actually is still going to challenge them to be a unit and do all this kind of stuff, and it's great.
Indeed.
I love the way that they've completely changed the format and it still feels like Red Dwarf.
Indeed, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's got those little callbacks. They start off the episode in the bunk room, but now the bunk room's got like all this color and texture, and like it's just it's phenomenal.
I like how the first 3 episodes were like all out in everything to just do it like a movie, or be it like a movie and just splice it up into 3 episodes. And the 4th episodes, while it was more standard, it still held up. Like it didn't let go of all that built tension. It was still very well continued.
Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, I can't stop yawning today. What the fuck? There we go. No, it's really good.
It's getting late in the day for you, so and there is that.
Yeah. So next time, it's a bit fucking difficult because
I know, because there's 1 episode and then there's a 2-parter right after that.
Yeah, and the other thing, of course, is the next week is the 27th. It's the 28th. I might be back by then. I'm going to be out of town for a couple of days, Boxing Day and the 27th, because we're getting the kids christened, and that means we're going to my wife's home province to do that. So we'll be away. I don't know if I'll be able to stream. I might try to, but then things have a funny way of getting in the way of that when I'm on the road. So I don't know yet what will happen with next Sunday's episode. It might be that I'm still driving or something. I'll let you guys know.
No worries. Are we?
But even so, we're going to have to do Crikey TV, which is fucking hilarious. Classic.
Right. Yeah, this is the one that I've been waiting for Crikey TV because I really specifically want to see John's reaction to it.
Well, I'm gonna watch it after we get done here today. So
But then again, after that, we have the 1 and 2 parts of Pete, which is it's really difficult for us to schedule when we do 2 at a time. So we're going to end up having to cut Pete in half probably, if we're going to be able to keep on.
Well, it's either that or we do kind of an abbreviated. Are we still set for Tuesday and Thursday this week?
Well, Thursday's Christmas, so I mean it's kind of up to you.
I mean, I'm whatever, but because I mean, I John doesn't get a Christmas this year. Yeah, like I'll be lucky if I have enough money in the bank to buy.
We're barely doing anything this year either.
Yeah.
And I did say I might try to stream. I just don't know if it'll be at the normal time.
Well, but we will be here for Tuesday because that's the thing is basically what we could do. This is just a suggestion. We could just do Crichty, right, and then we could do a full. I mean, I know we don't want to talk about this thing at all, but evidently, there's like we got the episode of bullshit that we all have to watch between tonight and Tuesday. I understand.
Yeah,
but there is supposed to be the implications
out of the way on Tuesday.
Right. But then again, it's supposed to be a whole other thing. So maybe we could just do a little bit of further analysis.
Yeah, probably. Maybe we'll just do Crichty next week, and then
that would be my suggestion. We do the one, and then we kind of pick up on a few other things, or what the hell ever.
Yeah. Okay. And then actually that helps because then we can do the end of Series 8 and the beginning of 9, which is only 3 episodes.
Right.
And then we can split, and we can do the second and third part of 9 Back to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That'll work. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Cool. Stupid scheduling fucks. Anyway. Yeah, that's it. We're actually done. That's great. I appreciate everybody for it. It's been really fun. I do love going through all these. Pete is crazy, by the way. There's a 2-parter with fucking dinosaur and all this crazy shit that happens. So
yeah, I do feel sorry for the Welsh scientist.
Well,
yeah.
I will wait.
And he also really reminds me of a Welsh math teacher that I actually had at the time, or a couple of years before, who actually wore one of those white lab coats.
Well, I will really watch that one until next weekend after we cover.
There you
Crichty, and I will watch Crichty.
And then, of course, in Only the Good, you're gonna have a lot of fucking around with reality and stuff like that, and especially when they try to. There's a parallel universe again. It's fucking crazy, this series. It really is, especially when they start inventing crazy chemicals. Like there's a chemical in episode 8 called cesium thrancolithic mixyalbidium rixidixie-doxydexydroxide.
Yeah, I remember. I only remember rixidixie-droxide for that.
Yeah, like literally, it's just a word that Naylor made up to try and piss off the cast by making it like unpronounceable, and then the cat or Dan John Jules learned to pronounce it, rehearsed it until he could say it, and then everyone hated him because that meant they all had to as well. There's loads of smeg ups of him trying to say it. It's not easy to say. I did it too. I sat and said it over and over and over again till I could say it. So there we go. That's it. We have got some Christmas boobas for the people. So please enjoy the Naughty Little Christmas.
Indeed. Let's get festive.
Yes, indeed. Deck your hose. Why not?
We've been good all year, baby, sugar and spice. Hung the lights, trimmed the tree, played nice, so nice. But the house is finally quiet and the fire's burning low. Stockings aren't the only things getting filled tonight, you know. We slipped into something red, velvet and barely there. Lace clinging like sin beneath the chandelier. Heels clicking slow across the hardwood floor. Coming for you, darling, you won't sleep no more. It's a naughty little Christmas, baby, all night long. Gonna unwrap you slow with our filthy Christmas song. Tie you up with tinsel, tease you till you beg. We're the gift that keeps on giving, spread out on this bed. Santa's not the only one coming tonight. Merry freaking Christmas, we're taking what's ours, alright. Cookies on the table, eggnog spiked just right, but we're the treat you're craving in this winter moonlight. One of us on your lap, one behind your chair, hands in your hair, lips everywhere, whispering every filthy thing we've saved up since last year. Yeah. Thought the eggnog was strong. Baby, wait and see. We've been stirring something hotter than that Christmas tree. No escaping, no reprieve, no silent night. Just bells jingling from the headboard till morning light. It's naughty little Christmas, baby, all night long. Gonna ride that sleigh till the break of dawn. Tinsel in our teeth, candy canes put to sinful use. Leave you hoarse from ho-ho and completely seduced. Santa's not the only one coming tonight. Merry freaking Christmas, we're claiming every eye. Merry Christmas, baby. Now let us have our way till morning light.
The sound effects aren't working.
Oh, shit! God damn it! Oh no!
No, I'm fucked.
Oh no! Well, hey, you know what? There's a sound effect for you in the chat right there. Jesus Christ! Thank you.
Holy shit! It's
you,
James O.P. with a fucking 50. What the hell, buddy? Wow. Says, and also, by the way, I don't want to forget, St. Hugo gifted a membership as well. Thank you very much for that. And James says, I am setting up internet access today. Next step after is image to video and music. Play it again, Sam. Oh, here you go. Let's do this one. Fuck it.
Look on your skin, a caress like a blade. You follow our sin through the traps we've laid. Eyes in the darkness.
Oh no! Oh no! We lost Will. What
happened?
No! I don't know. Connection.
Look on your skin, a caress like a blade. You follow our sin through the traps we've laid. Eyes in the darkness, lips stained with sin. Once we pull you closer, you'll never leave again. We are fire and lace, the poison you crave. The softest of chains will make you a slave. Come closer, commander, surrender the fight. Our kiss is your weapon, our love is the night. Would you die for our bodies? Would you kill for a taste? Every bite of temptation leaves nothing to waste. We're the foxes, the serpents, the hunters, the flame, and you'll beg us forever to whisper your name. We are fire and lace, the poison you crave. The softest of chains will make you a slave. The shadow, the sniper, the mistress, the bride. You're tangled in danger and love on the side. Velvet venom, taste it slow. One more We are fire in lace, the poison you crave. Bound by our beauty, you'll go to your grave. The fox has caught you, no place left to run. Our love is a bullet, and darling, you're done. Bang, and you're ours.
Ah, damn it! Cut me. Oh.
Got my sounds back. There we go. Bonus group.
People tell me I look like Liquid Snake, but feels a little bit more solid than anything.
No, the liquid is what's coming out of your snake.
Fucking hell.
That proves I was petrified.
Fucking, I wasn't just going to leave that lying there, was I?
You just slithered that in.
There we go. Well, guys, thank you. And James, you absolute bloody legend. Thank you very much. Well deserved boobas.
Right. Rhoda was
Appreciate
ready
you
to
guys.
strike.
Yeah, I really do appreciate you guys. You rock. That's the show. We're done. I've got to go to bed. And yeah, there's another thing that might interfere with streaming next week. Wait, hang on. Christmas Day. Yeah, if we stream, I'm gonna have to I don't know if I'll be able to stream late on Christmas night, like the time I normally would, like right now, because I have to start driving at 3 o'clock in the morning. And
You gotta go a little bit early.
Sleep. Might have to be ridiculously early. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll tell people. I'll let you guys know what's going on. Just follow the Discord. I'll keep people updated.
Yeah,
that's it then.
Sure I'll be around.
Cool. All right. Well, there we go. Christening gift for goddaughter. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. That's it then. Well, let's do some outros. Helzo, what are you doing next?
Well, hopefully I'll be able to do some videos and streaming, but it is Christmas. I'm at work. I have the streams of the network, and yeah, it's gonna be very, very hard to do some stuff. I'll try to do something on the 25th or 26th. Although I do have a radio appearance on the 26th with the band, and then I'll need to make at least 3 or 4 videos before New Year's. On New Year's, I'm planning to introduce my wife to Expedition 33 finally on the big screen. We'll see how it goes whole night. And afterwards, it's the next year. Euro is being introduced in. I don't know what's going to happen. Probably the whole financial system of my country is going to collapse. So resort to just we're adopting the euro from January 1st. It's great. The banks are now offering starter packages with euro coins that you can exchange, and they give you like 10 euro in coins just so you have a starter pack for the first few days. Like it's like a drug, like just to get you started in, just to get you started in. Yeah, are we about to see? Yay! Hello, there we are. Hello.
Yes.
I'm
not a good girl with my face. Hello. Hey, Lily. You okay? Hello, Lily. Hello, Lily. Hello, Lily. Carry on. Don't worry. I'm just.
I'm done.
Cool. Okay.
My brain's just saying, "Oh."
You got sidelined by
same here. I was like,
hello. She's adorable, aren't you? You little tyke. She's just staring at her mum, making silly faces. Rhoda, what are you doing next, buddy?
Right. Obviously, this time of year it's weird for everybody. My work hours are all over the place, so I've not really got a specific schedule. Depending on who's about, I'm hoping to stream a bit later tonight, and weirdly, because I have strange shifts, I might be able to be on Noise's show tomorrow when I can normally only make the show on Thursday. So, I mean, you should go there anyway, but I might even be on that. That could be fun. I know I'm good for Tuesday, so I'll see you guys on Tuesday. As far as my own channel is concerned, we're still doing as and when until my schedule settles down, but there will be stuff. Stuff will be done. Stuff will happen. And if stuff is enjoyed, then there will be more stuff. And
lovely.
Also, as ever, be good. And if you can't be good, be careful.
Beautiful. And John?
It was the plan was to actually have a pretty low-key day. Initially, I was just gonna watch Karate TV, which I will be doing when the credits roll. But Toasty was wanting to take a holiday break. However, we found out that more lawsuit fuckery filings earlier this week. Oh, sorry. God. Anyway,
really?
yeah. So the fishing expedition, which is really what it's about. Toasty kind of had a little bit of a freak out, so I went and I read the documents that are most up to date that went on this week. And there is we're going to go through that tonight to some degree about what's actually going on in terms of this discovery matter, because it is quite clear that it is everything we always said it was. Their lawyers put out a whole thing about how they're effectively trying to hone in specifically on Hypnotic and his connections, and there's a document that we're going to cover this evening as the plan, and then I think that's going to take care of doing stuff with her for the remainder of the week into January. So I should be fairly freed up because I'm also off from the weekend culture until the new year. We were going to do an episode of Jester's Act yesterday, but he decided that he wants to wait till after Christmas. So we very likely will probably end up doing that next Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern instead. And otherwise, of course, I'll just be here on this channel due to whatever your availability is. So definitely you'll see me here again on Tuesday. Which means I am unfortunately on the hook to watch more Get in the Sea.
Ugh. At least it's the last one.
At least it's the last one, though. And and we got into kind of our take on, I don't know how the fuck it's how they're planning on actually ending this thing. Other than
what's the tagline for the last episode going to be? Salt in the wound.
Thank God it's over.
Possibly
though, yes. But yeah, I'll be
Earth, maybe, I don't know.
right. So yeah, I'll have to be watching that between now and Tuesday, and then I suppose on Wednesday night there will be a new episode of Fallout season 2 that I will also be watching, so that I can possibly talk about that this weekend over on Jester's channel. And then, of course, throughout the week, if anything pops up, just keep an eye on, X, I guess, my profile, whatever, I'm around the internet. But thank you, everybody, especially to all the people who made it possible for me to, get to see some titties, because it's been a minute since I, got to see some beautiful Asian AI ladies and actually all sorts of AI ladies. But thanks so much for the kind donations. It's always a pleasure hanging out here with you boys, the fans. So with that said, though, everybody have a wonderful week going forward. Of course, safe travels ahead, happy holidays, and be awesome as always.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. We'll probably talk a bit about this as well, then that development with the lawsuit. If maybe just share what you've got. Be interesting to see. Stupid fucking world. Obvious, constant, unending attacks on people who have only done like the bare minimum. It's hilarious to go after Hypno, especially because he barely ever even fucking mentions the dumb bitch. So
I kind of had to talk Toasty off of a ledge yesterday a little bit because someone went and made a post and they tagged Hypno and her and Dez, because the New York area that they're kind of targeting after. But the person who posted the thing didn't really provide appropriate context, and so that's why I went and I did some digging and I found the latest filing, and it was like, all right, this is really what it's about. That person is just, I think that they were engagement farming. So but at least get everybody up to speed to actually what's going on with it. It's the back and forth that happens in this discovery matter. So
man, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
And the document that we'll be covering is the lawyers that represent the lawsuit itself and what they're effectively requesting and why they, because Ron did his response, but the most recent thing is a response to his response and the things that they're still saying are necessary. So, but check it out tonight. We'll be on Rumble, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. All right, good. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll just see how things develop, I suppose.
Yep, that's all I can do.
Some bullshit, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you everybody for checking out this episode of WTF Live Red Dwarf Edition. We appreciate you being here for the duration. Hope you had some fun, enjoyed the episodes and the breakdowns and the silly voices and stuff. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow streaming. Ideally, shouldn't be anything to interrupt that. Although at some point I do need to go Christmas shopping. But we'll sort that out as well. Anyway, that'll be it for today then. So thank you all very much, especially to those who donated. T-Gab, Steve, James OP, of course, Skibbity, UAF Omega. Who else we got? More of Steve and James. And then Disgusting, of course, Rhoda and Smegheads again, and St. Hugo. There we go. That's everybody. Thank you all very, very much. I do appreciate it. Keeps the lights on. And the songs are all AI. By the way, they're all stuff that I've made. In fact, like all the music I use on the channel, like at all now, is AI stuff that I've made myself. Because a lot of people are asking me what's the background music in my videos. It's AI. Just literally, I'm pretty good at telling AI what I want musically because I'm trained musician, so I know the terms, I got the jargon, so that's why it comes out with such good shit. So that's it. That's unfortunately the really rather boring answer. Me is the answer, but there you go. Anyway, thanks very much. I will be back tomorrow evening or my time anyway, with another stream, and there'll be videos as well. We're going to be preparing to watch the final fucking mess that is the war between the land and the sea, and hopefully it won't kill us all. And if we do survive, we'll be back with revenge. So look forward to that, and I will hopefully catch you on all of that. Everybody take care, spike your hair, fuck Nintendo, fuck Disney. Don't forget, of course, to question everything, respect the fans, check out the Discord link below. Boys of the fans, we'll catch you next time. Till then, tatty bye.